All right, and hello everybody. Welcome to the IKS. Today I'm just doing some tests here to make sure everything works. Today we are running a test of the So Cal Advanced Kriegspiel system. It is a system designed for faster and smoother play. It's very, very streamlined. Um, and we are going to be running a generic red versus blue Napoleonic battle. The objectives for both sides will be as follows, and you can see on my screen, I'm going to draw these out. Red will be coming in on three different avenues of approach. Here, here, and here. And will need to coordinate their attacks, whereas blue will be defending here. And this is a fairly standard scenario. And it is designed as a test, really, for both the players and the system. So that's why it's nothing too crazy. So we are joined today on the umpire team by Dave and Achilles, who are going to be assisting. We have three players on each side. I'm going to go down and brief the players on their positions and dispositions. And let's see here. We're going to just go ahead and lay out all the little pieces. And they are going to be starting with their start positions are going to be, I'll draw it in green. Their lead elements, let's put them here, here, and here. Those are where the lead elements will get their start. Blue, on the other hand, will be starting up here at the exercise ground and the other exercise ground, and back here at the other exercise ground and trenches. We're just going to set them up like that. We're not going to do anything crazy or fancy. Yes, I know red is equal to blue, and that's not good for the attacker, but blue got reinforcements during the night. What can I say? So there it is. Okay, so I am going to do a very lazy man report and screenshot for red and get them to set up. And if so, one of you will do the same for blue. And I'm just going to put the red screenshot in red 1. Oh, I have to set up these channels, don't I? Jan will have access to red 1. Great Gold will need access to red 2. Dave, if you can set up the blue channels, please, for the players.
Sure.
Great Gold. And save that and adjust the permissions.
Should I put the screenshot in blue 1?
Yeah, just put it in blue 1 and just make sure that, yeah, the right person can see it. Actually, all three need to see it. So you can put it in 1, 2, and 3 if you need to.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Great Gold is the next one. There we go. Done. Done. And then in 3. No, we don't need to invite. We need to edit. There we are. Permissions. I forget about this little detail.
Okay. Screenshots are in 1, 2, and 3 for blue.
Sweet. Thank you. Now I'm doing it for red as well.
I just put it in blue discussion, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fine. Either way. All right, just
thanks, Dave.
Go to blue. Tell them they will be defending against a red attack from the south. They have their order of battle, and they should plan out their first turn, or they should collaborate on their strategy and then be ready to
Okay.
report their first move in about 5 to 10 minutes maximum.
Okay.
Do we want
I'll-
them to be able to adjust their formations here at all?
They'll adjust them as they go because they're going to march out, so we can
I'll
say,
be off now.
yeah, they're in camp, and then they can adjust on the fly
Okay.
because that's what they're going to do, you know. Yes,
Well, yeah,
should
I
they
was
have
just thinking
scouts
we-
and stuff out? Yeah, but
Yeah. I mean, we parked all the cavalry behind the infantry, and
I know. We'll grant them a little bit of fudge factor.
okay.
You know, I'm not gonna worry about it. And the same for red. You're right that the cavalry, for organizational purposes, I parked the pieces underneath, but you're correct. We should change that. That's a good point. I'll go to red. Okay, guys. You have your starting orders of battle, and you're in your positions where you're coming onto the map. The goal is, surprise, surprise, to capture Metz, or at least secure the area of ground called the exercise grounds, which is immediately to the southwest of the town of Metz. You want to secure and hold that ground from blue. The green lines are the heads of your column. You are to decide what you want and where, as long as it's in a column behind that green line. And then decide on your strategy. I'll give you all about 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes or, 5 to 10. As little
Who's
time as you need.
Who's commanding which column then?
You guys pick, yeah.
Okay.
And then just post a screenshot of your disposition, your order of march, I should say, to be clear, precise, and then what route you want to take. And then we'll start rocking and rolling as soon as you're all ready.
After that.
Thank you. All right, guys. Decide on your orders of march. And Achilles had a good point that, yes, you can reposition things. So I've since reconsidered. And of course, decide on your order of march and your route of march, and then just post screenshots, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay? All right. Now,
right.
umpires, we're going to use the umpire chat, which is between red and blue. It's, if you're all up here with me in blue, it's in umpires. There you go. Okay, you found it. I realize that saying that it's in umpires is not a very good way to give directions. How do I get to the library? Well, first you go to the library. Wow, I'm helpful. Okay, I'm going to spawn in a guide for the game. Let me see here if I can find the darn thing.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I know.
And Mothra. And they're going
Right.
to fight in between the two armies.
1.2 documents, So Cal Advanced version 1.2. Where is? Okay, hang on. I'm just looking for the final guide here. Really? Why do I have 1.1 but not 1.2? Downloads. Lord, I hope I didn't delete it. Of course, if I did, it'll just be my trash. I swear, man. I am my own worst enemy.
Why?
What's spawned in here?
Why is there no one in red 1?
They might be talking. Red 1, are you looking
No,
at
no,
the...
I mean, I'm looking at the text thing. There's nobody labeled there. Got great gold in red 2. You
Oh,
got mixed
because
in
it's
3.
Jan, and I just know it.
Oh,
And he already has access to the channel because he has admin permission.
all right.
All right, let me see here. I'll update it just so that there's no confusion and we're consistent. So Cal Advanced Guide, and it's in my OneDrive. What the heck is it doing in OneDrive?
Not a lot.
But now it doesn't show up. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open it and resave it. We're gonna open it and we're gonna save here. Save as. We're gonna save this. This always wants to default to my OneDrive, and I don't want to ever save anything to my OneDrive. I just want to save it to
No,
my.
it sucks. OneDrive sucks.
Yeah. I never want to use that, and it keeps wanting to make me use it. You know, and I want to do what I want to do. Okay, here's the other problem: is it's a PDF, so now I have to export it and save it as a PDF again.
I'm sure it makes fantastic viewing, all this.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry to all the viewers. Lord.
I think
Right,
we need.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go down to blue because I think they're setting up. So if I just get on with that, then we can
Yeah,
keep
that's
it
fine.
rolling.
That's fine. Okay. Well, now we have the guide in here, and it's a very tiny guide, but we will make it much larger. And this here tells you everything you need to know to umpire. And I will explain it now for the edification of everybody online. All of the units, if you flip a unit over, it has basically 20 effectiveness points. They're not really hit points per se. Effectiveness points is the term. Effectiveness is a catch-all term for, well, the effectiveness of the unit. How well can it fight? As a unit takes actions, as it does things, anything other than standing idle, it will spend effectiveness because the entire, if they are in combat, they burn ammunition. If they lose combat, they lose morale. All of these things are gathered into a single value known as effectiveness. And the reason for doing this is very simple. Whether it's morale or ammo or leadership or what terrain, whatever it may be, all of those factors eventually distill into a simple die roll modifier. So rather than having separate calculations for this, that, and everything, and rolling multiple dice or looking at multiple charts to determine, a ratio or a modifier, everything distills into a single modifier. We then roll 2d6s opposing each other, and that gives us the outcome. The higher side beats the lower side. Nothing crazy, nothing weird, nothing fancy. Every time a unit does something, it will usually have a cost. If it stands idle, it will actually regain 2 effectiveness points. We assume if they're standing idle, they're taking water, they're resting, they're getting resupplied, whatever. We're just going to say standing idle is +2. If they move on the road or change formation, these are things that they can do with pretty much what you would say no sweat. Changing formation is something they would have drilled, so those don't have a cost. If they are not moving on a road on flat terrain, if they're not doing that, then they're going to lose effectiveness points. Running is -2, all combat -2, taking unopposed artillery fire -2. If they charge, it's -5. And if they lose combat, it's going to be the difference between 1 to 5 of the d6 outcomes. What is not indicated on here, and what I need to edit on this document, is if they are moving across country, just marching across country, even in a column, that's a -1. All right. Every unit starts at 20 points, and this here's basically the procedure that we're going to follow. You roll 2d6 for each side, add a DRM for each battery they have in support. We can add a 1 or a 2 terrain modifier, umpire discretion. Winning side holds, losing side falls back. And then there's a procedure for the fallback and retreat if we choose to use it. But it's at the umpire's discretion first. And then we just have a simple cheat sheet for how to draw orders on the map so that everybody knows what we're doing. All right, I can see that blue is concentrating at Agni already. So now I need to confer with red, and we need to go ahead and start the game. So Achilles, pick a couple players that will suit you, and we will get going.
I'm putting out Grey Gold's Order of March right now.
Perfect.
I'm putting
Okay,
that
then
on
I'll take the other two. I will take the other two. Let me see here. All right, guys, we're ready to start. I'm going to take a look to see your beautiful orders. Okay, and here is Jan with the screenshot that I absolutely cannot
Yeah, well.
hardly read or follow. Holy cow. What is that?
What can I do? That's my column. The forces you gave me.
What are all those things? Is that how it looks like when you put it in column?
Yeah, column of march.
Oh, look at all those arrows. Okay, now I hadn't seen that before. These are Damon scripted pieces, but I re-scripted them. I'm just going to turn those dudes sideways. I'm not going to get crazy.
Okay.
All right, speed is of the essence. Okay, so we're starting the game at 9:55. We're going to say, I'm sorry, 8:55 America time. So, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. We're going to do that. Then you have a couple cuirassiers. We're going to just dump them there. And then you've got more of these. And then you just put a random cuirassier in the middle. Want to make sure there's plenty of horse dookie for everybody and to walk through. And now one there to bring up the rear. Where are your batteries? Oh, there they are. 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, I see them. All right, that's fine. Boom, close enough. All right, let's take a look now at. Oh, look, you even typed the damn thing out. Follow. I can't read this French. North. So your goal, your job.
Well, you picked the map, not I.
Yeah, I can't read French, so I don't even know what that means. You're taking the road north, huh? All right, yeah, of course.
No.
Where else is he supposed to go?
He
Very
could
innovative.
go south. You know, it's a Kriegsburg. He can do whatever he wants.
Yep.
Where-
See you guys.
Where's your command avatar?
I'll be at the head of the column with 1st Battalion.
All right, perfect. All right, now let's take a look at MiGs here. I don't have a disposition for MiGs. MiGs, are you
Right,
with us? Go ahead.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, actually.
That's okay.
You want?
All right,
So I'm supposed to be.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
set you. I'm gonna put a disposition up for you.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah. Jan is like, okay, we just lost.
No, not at all.
No, really, you just lost. But anyway. All right, we'll put that there. We'll put these guys.
Just make sure his light cavalry is in front and the artillery isn't at the far end.
Put
Yeah,
the artillery in
he's
the very
leading
front
with
and
the. He's gonna lead with the cuirassiers
And the artillery.
and the artillery. Yeah, yeah. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna send this to Jan. If you want to tweak it, we can. But here's his initial disposition, and then for his avenue of march. Let me see here. Oh, the dogs are getting fed. Good day for the dogs. You hear that clanging in the background.
Mix, do you want your cuirassiers in the rear, or do you want them in the center of your column, or at the front together with your hussars?
You might have to advise him on that, Jan, and talk to him. He might have an idea. He might not. I don't know, Migs,
Sure.
what your experience level is with Napoleonics.
Nothing.
Okay, he'll work with you on
alright.
that. Okay.
Cool.
All right. I'm going to go back to the umpires, and we will start processing the first turn.
Mhm.
So you've got just
I have
a
a-
few minutes.
I have a question here.
Go ahead.
On the tabletop, it looks like I'm at the bottom of the map and I can read the city names vertically in the right position or horizontally in the right position. I can read the names.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me just see here. I would be like in
You'd be in the southeast corner of the map.
you
I would
know
be
you
in
can
like
you can turn your camera around. You know that, right?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and figure out how far these guys would go. Does anybody have cavalry riding ahead?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my little H's here. I've got Castle Groyu, Coin Curvy, and Corny.
Okay.
That's where some hussars are heading to.
Okay, and we're probably going to have cavalry riding ahead as well. So let me double check with my guys. One of the players is really brand new and is unfamiliar with Napoleonics, so he's
Okay.
gonna need a little more help from Red Team, but they'll take care of it. He's in good hands. All right, guys, real quick, did you want any cavalry riding out ahead of your columns?
Yes, I do. Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, we'll just throw them out ahead. Jan, what did you want out ahead of your column? All of your hussars, one of your hussars?
Yes. Well, they will know best, right? So I want them the hussar column 15 minutes ahead of my column, and then they send out their vedettes and patrols as they see fit.
Yeah, okay, no problem. All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, and then for Great Gold, what about you?
Everybody goes. Even I go with them.
Okay, you go with them. All right, that's
and
fine.
I include the cuirassiers in that order as well.
Oh, wow, okay.
They're all forward.
All your horse dudes. You think this is the 7 Years' War or something, huh? All right, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm a big scouting guy. I'm big on scouting.
Yeah, well, me too. And then, let's see here, Migs. What do we want to do for Migs?
He's gonna be with his lead battery there.
He's going to be with his what?
With the lead battery,
Oh.
the main column.
Okay, and what about his cavalry?
Oh, he just said he wanted to send them ahead.
Okay, I just didn't have any instructions for how. But that's okay. I'll just do what you're doing. Okay, done deal.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. We'll have reports for you shortly. Okay. Let's go ahead and give blue the advantage of moving their cavalry into positions. I've moved red up, so let's go ahead and put them into contact. More or less, the only one that would not be in contact would be red 1. Well, let's see,
Red
5,
in the middle.
10, 15. He wants them 15 minutes ahead, which is 3 squares. So let's just do that. Like that, like so. And then, okay, there's that. We go to Jan's column. his screenshot is so tiny it's hard to see. I'll need to clarify with him. But yeah, let's go ahead and move the French down, the French cavalry into position, and then move the infantry, you know, get the infantry moving. So it's okay if the French have more movement than the red does here because they have the hometown advantage there. They're defending, so they would be closer to position. Let's see here. I just have to ask where Jan wants to be. Jan, where did you want to be in your column, at the head of your column? Yeah. Did you want to be in Vosage or did you want to be with your cavalry?
I wanted to be with 1st Battalion.
Okay, done. Thank you.
Let me.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move that French cavalry wherever it wants to go.
How far is it moving? Is it 12?
It can move. It can move down to where the H's are.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They just
Cool.
just move them down there.
I mean, maybe if I just kind of put them, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
then-
Yeah, because
That's
the
good.
commander's not with them. The cavalry's
Yeah.
going to take a natural position.
Yeah.
So
Something akin to like that, maybe. And then I think he said only more hussars. Ooh.
how you doing, Achilles?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, we're
can I
about
go
to
ahead
kick
and-
off here. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, can I go ahead and give Great Gold his first screenshot?
Yes. Well,
There's
Where's
nobody
he?
in front of him.
What?
He's the middle. He's the middle red column.
that's correct. That's correct. Yes.
So there's nobody in front of him at the moment. He has no
Yeah.
contact.
Yep, that's fine.
What about infantry? Is it 4 or
Yeah, move them. 15 minutes. Yeah.
1, 2?
Oh, so we should move the infantry up first then, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, move the infantry up 15 minutes, which they're there. They just move them. Yeah, they're fine. Red's fine. Red's
Oh, really?
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
red's
leave them where
fine.
they are?
It's just the blue. Just get them going on
Oh,
the
okay.
road.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to send Great Gold his first screenshot then.
Yeah. Did Jester have any fancy movement orders for his infantry? So I can help you.
It's going this way. The infantry's going that way. It's the cavalry, and the hussars. Everything else is coming down to Orkney.
Okay. I'll help you with them.
There we go. All right, let's do that.
The front.
Why is it that every time I help somebody and they describe the fact that I'm helping to someone else, they make air quotes with their fingers? He's helping.
Uh-huh.
Why is that?
That's a
Did
really
Jester, did Jester have any orders for the positioning of his artillery in the column?
Yes. So I've already done that. So they're supposed to be behind 4.
Behind, right here, all 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Good man.
In fact, they've all done it. They've all just said, it'll be easy.
Yeah. Put them as basically the second element.
Yeah.
Well, more than the second element, but I've seen much worse. And the cuirassiers for Jester?
Just stick them in front of the infantry for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That looks about right.
Okay, let's go ahead and give reports and get orders, and we are.
I'll
we are
erase
starting.
the lines.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. Do you want me to do blue or?
Yeah. Do you need Achilles to do one of the blues for you?
Do you want to do Red Baron and I'll do Jester and Colin?
All right, which one is he?
He is set number 3. Says on the division.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, so 9:07, and we are starting. I'm going to start a timer here.
What's the time?
It's let's just say 6:15.
Okay.
Where's my stopwatch here to start? Okay.
And he is 3. Okay.
Yes, red 3. So, all right, just so players know, we're providing players with their reports now. I'm going to be going to red to give reports.
Time was, what'd you say?
6:15.
6:15.
Yeah.
6:15.
All right, hello guys. Okay, everybody starts off. There are no reports yet regarding contact with the enemy. I will ask if there are any changes to the orders. I do not anticipate any, but does anyone have changed their orders?
No.
Okay, that's going to count for everybody. Thank you very much. We'll be back with turn 2. The time is 6:15 as of right now. Okay, reports are done. There are no changes in orders for the red team. And I would imagine there's not much for the blue team either. So we'll just wait for Dave to get back. You know, I never paid attention to it. Let me take a look here. I don't know how much experience Colin or Boring Jester have. Red Baron has experience. Red Baron actually knows the system pretty well, too.
Well, their lack of experience can actually be a benefit for the test.
Right. Just Dave's taking a lot of time to tweak their deployments, which is fine. We're already at 2 minutes. Come on. I want like a 5-minute turnaround if I can get it. Once the
Well,
action
there's
starts
There's a
flowing,
lot of
yeah.
blocks. There's a lot of blocks to push around.
Yeah, I gave them a lot of blocks because if they don't use reinforcements and stuff, they're going to find out that, hey, things get pretty rough pretty quick. Just like in real life, you know, these guys are not
Yes.
Supermen. You
Things do get really rough, really quick,
know? Yeah,
and then it's over.
and then it's over.
It's
Yeah.
usually decided in minutes or less.
Yeah,
In modern warfare, in Napoleonics, it can take hours. You're like, oh, I've made a decision. I'm going to attack that hill. 2 hours later, we're almost to the hill.
Dave's breaking them up. He put them in separate channels.
Why?
Yeah, I know. I'm okay with them playing kind of staff style.
Yeah. And actually, that was Dave's idea a long time ago in the first place, which I always thought was a good one. I think he probably thought you wanted it that way. So you can tell him when he comes back in, tell him, hey, you can put them all together if you want.
It does kind of equalize things a little, though, because red is equal in strength to blue, which is unfair to red since they have to attack. But
Well, what's their objective?
the parade grounds, the exercise grounds to the southwest of town, they have to secure that.
Oh, well, nothing prevents red from sending 2 of its columns to one side of the board and overwhelming one formation.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's how you overcome equal numbers. You use economy of force, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So let's see how smart they are. If they go in head on, one column against each, then they're not going to make any progress. Then
Right.
they deserve to lose.
Right.
And it's called scouting. Send those cavalry out there, find out where the enemy is, and plan. plan,
Yeah.
guys. Come on. Have the center column join with the one of the other two columns and attack one end of the board.
Yeah. Well, you're preaching to the choir. And by the choir, I mean the guy who sweeps under the stands,
Uh-huh.
you know, after the choir's finished singing and puts away all the hymnals and all of that. Yeah. But hey, I made the choir.
I've discovered that your biggest problem is that you keep shooting at an enemy you can't apparently see.
Yeah, I know. Playing O group with Jim. Holy cow, that was brutal. Like that wasn't even odds. Like we didn't even score odds on a D6.
I know.
Talk about an unlucky streak. Holy cow, it extended over 3 days of gameplay.
Exactly. Over 3 different weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that was brutal. I'm please don't be upset if I never play O group again.
Hey, it won't hurt my feelings. I already told him I don't like that system. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I told
it's
him
really
I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded because I've just had really lousy experience with it every time that we played it, and we haven't played it that much. We just started playing it, basically. So I said I've had really bad experiences with it, which may be coloring my view of it. And so I'm open-minded to, as I gain a little more experience with it and play with it a little more, maybe I'll figure it out. But I told him up to now, I can't see the designer's argument for how he thinks battalion combat or battalion operations worked in the Second World War. I don't see his argument. It's not clear to me at all.
yeah.
So there you go. That may be a product of the poor scenario design. It may be product of just my poor experience and the fact that I'm mentally deficient or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going to go ahead and move everything up another 15 minutes. Let me get an order out of Great Gold real quick.
Have much
Great
larger
Gold.
horses.
Yes.
Whoops.
Where did you want to go after Faye? Or what do you want to do? You've reached Faye. What do you want to do?
Me? Meg?
Come again. What did you say?
You reach the town of Faye. You do not
Oh,
see
yeah,
the enemy. What would you like to do next?
Yeah, we continue on to Anye.
Where is
Very
that?
good.
Anye.
North.
I
East.
already had it.
Northeast.
I already had it marked, and then somebody took away my marks.
Oh,
But yeah, I know where it is.
Oh, Agni.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay,
He's
and I
just
forgot.
sorry. He's pronouncing it correctly, and you're not. That's the problem.
Okay.
Point yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, and I forgot that Achilles was taking care of you. I'm
Yes.
like, oh man, I forgot something. Well, not
Yes, you're
really.
micromanaging.
Yeah, I need to not do that. Okay, thanks, guys. Sorry. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, Dave, you're here.
I'm here.
Oh, all right. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go with the next 15 minutes movement.
Oh,
So
Okay.
we're
So
gonna
cavalry on the road in 15 minutes is
like 6.
how many blocks? 6 blocks. Okay.
Yeah. So they probably need to move up at least to the Bois de la Goulette or whatever. You know, my
maybe,
French is
because the blue hussars up here,
right.
Dave has them marked as moving as well. So we're about to see each other.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out where they're going to see each other. How far these guys are going to move. Let's see. Okay, it looks like they're only moving about 2 squares to get to that position. You haven't moved them yet. Is that correct, Dave?
no. No,
Okay.
I have not.
So they're going to move about 2 squares. These guys would in the same time frame.
Yeah, we're moving
Going
pieces into the
forward.
6:30 position.
1, 2, let's look at this ground. Yep. Okay. They will see each other. This is as far as they're going to get before they see those guys up at the top of at the crest up there.
Okay, so they are like right at the point of contact.
Yeah. Once Dave puts these hussars up here
Mm-hmm.
on this crest, I assume they're going to the crest itself
Yeah. I mean,
and not the below it, not on the reverse.
well, I thought
slope.
the crest would be here. No.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I was looking from too far away. Okay. Okay, good. Then, yeah, these guys are going to see them right there. They will see each other.
All right.
All right. Let me get a nice little
Okay.
screenshot.
Oh man, this artillery. These pieces are. Nine, 10, 11, 12.
By the way, I'm doing proper screenshots. I want you to know.
I bet you are.
Not,
Did you get
not
the Did you get the orders from Red Baron, right? Achilles?
not yet. No.
Oh. Do you want me to go do it?
No. I'm just putting in.
Okay.
Oh, what was I doing now? See, you messed me up. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to go to Monsieur Le Baron, Manfred.
So I kind of already moved him, but if not, we can just move him back if he's changing his thing.
Did you already move him? Okay.
I did, but I mean, it's, yeah.
Okay, he's gonna have a dispatch rider going back saying, "Hey, we see bad guys." So
Yeah, he had no change of orders, so
What?
and blue is gonna have a dispatch rider going back as well, saying, "Hey,
and you say
we
you
see
already
bad
moved him. Is that
guys."
correct, Dave?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to send him a new screenshot then.
Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, I think we're at screenshots and reports, right? Okay, I'll start the
Mhm.
timer. All right. All right, guys.
The enemy.
Here are your reports. I am pasting your screenshots. Achilles will have the screenshot for you, Great Gold, because he is your umpire. I am umpiring for Jan and Migs. There we go. There we go. Go to red 3. And paste. Okay, the time is now 06:30. Still no reports or contacts with the enemy as of yet. Jan, any change to your orders?
None.
Thank you. Migs, any change to your orders?
Nope, I do want clarification. That's a picture of me and my troops and everything going towards Pornay then?
Yes, that is correct.
Where it looks like we're just about up to a swamp or something there. Is that about right?
Yeah, you're coming up to a ridge on a hillside, if you will. Then there's the village on the hillside and the ground below. And then you'll be on some kind of low terrain for a little bit, for about 15
Very
minutes.
good, thank you.
Yep, okay.
I'm all set.
Okay, thank
I
you.
guess I'm going to hold. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I've done orders and reports for my guys. Achilles, you still got to do your guy. That's it. Great Gold.
I already did.
Well, sweet.
Well, you talked to all of them, right?
I talked to all of them, but I told Great Gold he would be getting his report from you. Do you want
Oh,
me
okay.
to?
All right. No, that's fine. That's fine. I already sent him the screenshot earlier, so I didn't know whether you were giving him a verbal. All right. Very
No,
good.
no, he's your
I'll go
guy.
do it.
I'm trying to respect the division of command
Boundaries.
here.
You're trying
Yeah.
trying to respect your boundaries.
Yes.
All right. I'll pop down and tell him.
Sweet. All right, just so folks know, we're trying to set some speed records here for the turns. We're approaching 3 minutes. Just kind of got to wait for Dave to come back. You can see here that there is a traffic jam that is being created here with 2 elements or 2 units crossing each other here, running into each other. So it looks like blue is concentrating on the left, but they are ignoring the far left, which is an interesting choice. All right, what do you got? Anything?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Great Gold is going to have his hussars deploy in line and move up to take on those hussars up there. And he's going to bring up 2 of his cuirassiers in support, not engaged.
Uh-huh.
And the other 2 are going to stay in column and continue to move up.
All right, perfect. All righty. I should be drawing orders like Dave's doing and set a good example. Since ideally we should draw the orders and then move the pieces simultaneously.
Now, adjusting this, these horses, these hussars are not going to cross through those woods to go hit that.
Mm-mm.
So his entire line
It's going to shift right. Yeah.
Mhm. So that it has a clear path.
Now, after this turn, we need to start deducting points for just about everything except for flat terrain movement, because we got guys moving off terrain and stuff. That is a vital component of this system.
Okay, and there were no change of words, Dave. Is he here?
He's still hanging out with the guys up top. Granted,
Okay.
he's got 3 guys to work with, so.
No, he's got 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay, then he should be a little quicker. His guys might be newer. Let me find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sears are not in on the road. Is there a reason for it?
No, they're just, they're just where they are.
Okay. Sure. So, if they're not on the road anyway, yes. Okay, then let them just move.
All right, looks like he's tied down with a player. We got a player who's got a lot of questions and might not be sure what's going on.
Okay.
Sometimes you get those players, they want to know everything that's going on. They, even though it's kind of irrelevant.
I assume these 2 hussars, they have to be. Okay, these 2 hussars, these 2 blue hussars down here, just south of Couvry,
Okay.
they belong to Colne or whatever. I'm sorry, Red Baron. They belong to Red Baron.
They're just hanging out down there.
Well, I imagine since they see 4 hussars in front of them, that they would have dispatched a rider a turn or two ago.
And you
Sorry,
see,
guys. I kind of got held up. I'm ready to move stuff though.
go ahead and move.
Okay.
This is where
Red-
that dispatch is, Achilles.
Hmm.
I've already been tracking it
All
with
right.
the Zug marker.
Oh,
And
okay.
this one's going to arrive this turn.
All right.
So
How far can
sorry.
generals move?
it's cavalry. Just like
So like
cav.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be generous and I'll.
Yeah, commanders,
That's our
no
best.
problem. Okay, after this now, we want to start deducting effectiveness points for anything that is not moving on a road on flat terrain. If we think that a unit is going to pause for a couple turns and just recover it, then I would not bother with the bookkeeping. Because why do you want to sit there and spend a minute clicking down to 15 when they're just going to turn around and go back up to 20 on the next turn? But otherwise, you want to track it. Especially
Dave,
if they're going to
quick
be in
question
combat.
for you.
Yeah.
What was Red Baron's original orders? What was
To head to Orkney, so
So he's
that's
headed
what.
to okay.
Yeah.
Because he has not changed his orders, so
Okay.
I didn't know where to move him.
We
Alright.
probably want to move Great Gold up. Oop, let me erase that. Really? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and move this up here. Okay, I don't want to delete the Zug, so these guys are on. Okay, I'm not going to do any deductions here. These guys haven't moved. They haven't moved. Not going to do any deductions there either. I am going to give reports now. So that was 9 minutes, 30 seconds round trip.
And infantry moves, you said 3?
Yeah, but they can move up to 3 squares per 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's if they're on flat terrain. If they're moving over undulating or rough terrain, I would deduct a little bit, whatever's reasonable.
They're on a road on flat terrain, so I think they're probably good.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's erase these other marks.
Right, I'm ready to give screenshots for Colin and Jester.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm already doing so myself. And if it's faster to have these guys together, Dave, especially if you have a guy who has a lot of questions, he can just put them command staff style and let them ask their peers the questions. I don't know what kind of questions you're getting, though, but if you're getting questions about
No, they're
mechanics or
good.
whatever.
It's all good. Oh, I mean, Jester did ask what cuirassiers were, but yeah, he seems to be clued up now.
Yeah.
Okay, you said you wanted to move Great Gold up, Marshall?
No, I want you to go ahead and move him out.
Well, he is up.
Yeah, well, his
I mean,
infantry,
he's
though.
his
Infantry
infantry
column.
hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
His infantry column. I'm moving them now,
Yeah, perfect.
but you're going to need to do the combat resolution up there, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll show you how it's done. Okay. Let me go down and give reports. Okay, Jan.
Yeah.
You receive a report that there is enemy cavalry of unknown number. They appear to be light cavalry just north of the town of Corny.
Yeah, but I'm at the Moselle River to the west.
Yes, you received a dispatch rider from your advanced cavalry.
No, that's the report you want to give to Mix, not to me.
Why does this keep doing that? I gave this report. That's the second time. Okay, so that's correct. Now this is you. Yeah, this is correct. No, it's not. I have to update it.
And I
Alright.
hope you don't mind that I'm still with Mix. We are just.
It doesn't
discussing.
matter. I'm okay with it, and he's gonna need some hand holding, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not like, Okay, so there you are. So you're in your position. You're about 10 minutes or so march away from Corny. However, again, you've received a dispatch rider from your hussars and their advanced guard that there is enemy cavalry north of the town, immediately north of the town, not in the town, but immediately north of it, and they appear to be hussars. The number of hussars is unknown.
Okay.
Okay. And then for you, Megs, you receive a similar report that your hussars have also encountered enemy hussars on the hills southwest of the village of Curvy. So your hussars report that they outnumber the enemy. So I'll let you guys consider that and then give orders when you are ready. I'll be back for orders in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Okay, Achilles.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting
Yeah, I
to
have-
get orders.
Do we want to resolve this before I give Great Gold his report?
No, go ahead and give. Has he ordered an attack already?
He ordered the attack already. Yeah, he ordered it in the previous turn. That's why these guys moved up.
Okay, then I'm dragging. Okay, I was afraid of that. Okay, well, everybody's kind of even here. So what? How are they? Just gonna kind of trot into combat, or are they charging, or what?
Well, these guys are going uphill. These guys, the hussars, are defending on the crest. So you're not going to really charge straight up the hill.
Okay, so they're basically gonna trot into each other and lightly cross swords, huh?
Yeah, but it's going to be 2 on 1 here and 2 on 1 here, and then this guy's going to come up to support, and then this guy's going to come up to support.
So it's
So
actually
that ends up being 3 on 2 over here and 2 on 1 over here.
okay. So that's one group, and here's another group. Okay, so those are your groups. So the first thing we do is we group them. So there's your two groups. Okay, so in group 1, we have 20 plus 20. We're going to roll 2d6s. The outcome is, of course, inevitable. So we're going to copy that. There's no artillery and support, so we're just going to roll the 2d6s. Okay, blue scored 4, red scored 3. So while blue did better than red did, you have a difference of, 1? So, according to my cheat sheet, let's see here. Losing combat is always a difference between D6 outcomes, but the D6 outcome favors red, actually. Here's a hole in my rules. What if the defender has a higher total, even though the defender loses? Okay, so all combat is -2. So we're going to start by taking this down 2 for both of them.
Okay.
All right, and then he's going to fall back. He'll fall back here towards Castle Grossio. And I'm not going to deduct anything further because he actually did better in combat than the opponent. Okay, now here, it's the same thing in reverse. So we'll roll the dice. Oop. I changed the state. There we go. 5 and 2. Okay, so they're going to lose 5. They lose 2 because of combat. And the difference between the two dice is 3. So 1, 2, 3 for a net total of 5. They will fall back here. If I can move them. Why can't I move them? Did I lock
That
them?
I couldn't tell you.
I wonder if I locked them in place or something.
I can move them.
All right, well, okay, I'm defective.
So they fall back.
Yeah, they just fall back. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of that turn. So,
Okay.
oh, sorry. Okay, so that's that. So that's kind of, they're kind of in the middle. And that's how easy it is. It's very straightforward and simple.
I do have a question on this though.
Yeah.
Um,
I think when the defender wins the combat like that or gets the better roll, we should impute the difference to the other side. But you know what? That's actually a good idea. We'll do that as well.
well,
we go.
now these guys who outnumbered their opponent 2-1
Are now outnumbered
lost.
themselves.
Well, no, what I was going to say is they've now lost 6 total
Yes.
because each block has lost 3, whereas their opponents only lost 2.
That's right. And I can't explain why.
And-
It could be, you know, a feature of the terrain, a micro feature of the terrain that they, you know, there are many instances in history, right, where an outnumbered defender inflicted greater casualties on a superior attacker.
Well, in some sense, it's almost always going to end up like this. Like, for example, there's 3 on 2 over here, but we took 2 off of each of these. So they've lost 6.
Right, they lost 6, whereas these guys have lost, well, they lost what? They lost
So
10.
isn't there an
They lost
isn't there
6,
an
they lost
incentive-
10.
right? Isn't there an incentive then to attack with just one block against multiple because all of the multiples are going to take a hit?
It depends on the grouping. Because when you have so many blocks, you can only, you know, fight with so many at one time. So if I take one block and I say I'm going to attack your whole column, that's not realistic. That's not going to happen.
No.
What
But
it
it would be-
encourages is economy of force, especially on the part of the attacker.
Okay. All right. Let me get the. Oh. We should probably erase these lines here
Yeah, let
for
me.
Grey Gold.
I just
No,
can't
take
stand it,
this
Achilles,
screenshot.
when people point out obvious flaws in my otherwise perfect system. That's why we're testing it to see how it breaks. All right. Although I was hoping this would be the last test. Okay. Go ahead and give
All right,
those reports.
I'm gonna.
Have you moved Red Baron's column yet, Achilles?
No, we were just resolving a combat. That's
Okay.
kind of took up a little too much.
Okay, Jan, any orders?
Hypothetically, wait a second. Hypothetically, you could, but you don't want to charge enemy cavalry with your infantry. They just
Okay.
run away. My orders are for the hussars to build basically a screen northeast of Corny to allow the column to advance. And then once we've passed through the town, and the enemy cavalry is still there and has not been pushed back, we will start to deploy a few battalions.
I'm ready with
oh,
it.
I have actually another order. I will personally, with a few of my aides, ride up that hill east of Corny to get an overview of the situation.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm
It's an
ready.
observation post, but whatever. Okay. And go ahead. What are your orders, Meigs?
You had indicated that straight ahead of me on the road is some enemy cavalry.
Yes.
I think you may have also said that immediately southwest of me parallel to where I am, that there was cavalry there, also enemy cavalry?
No, there's not.
Okay. All right then. So I want to send some skirmishers up ahead of me. Actually, let me send some scouts, I guess. Let me send some scouts up ahead of me to see in more detail what lies ahead of me. That's what I think I want to do.
Okay, well, we're going to assume that's already happening. That's something that your
Oh.
lower level commanders would handle. Yeah.
Very good. Okay then. I guess I will proceed northward then, despite the cavalry.
All right, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, you got it. Thank you. Okay, that's all done. Achilles is correct in pointing out that the system could be flawed in how a person uses a small unit to attack several larger units simply to deplete the larger units. This is something that has to be tested out, though, because in SoCal system, SoCal Advanced, even though it's not on the little cheat sheet here, not all the rules are on here, such as movement rates are not on here. Grouping is not really on here. I think it is mentioned. Group all units participating in combats, but how you group is not discussed. But it's there. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works. We'll have to see what players think of that and what the solution to that might be, if any. It may not be a problem. A lot of times in Kriegspiel, things just kind of organically work out the way they're supposed to because you're trying to model reality as best you can. And if you do it well, things kind of work out organically. But you also don't want players exploiting rules. And in fact, players are not supposed to know the rules because once they know the rules, they'll try to exploit them. Which is why the rules in Kriegspiel are often kept secret from the players. But what do you do in a situation where the player does know the rules? Well, the answer to that is you change something or you ensure that they're not able to use a rule exploit to game the game, if you will, to game the system. If you see that happening as an umpire, you have to stop it because they're no longer making tactically sound decisions. They're making rules-based decisions, game-based decisions, where they're trying to simply exploit the rules, which is not what you do in real life, because in real life, there's just no rules. Now, if you develop an exploit for real life, well, that's called tactics. So there you have it. All right, we're going to move him up here. We're going to move his guys up another 15 minutes to here. Okay. Okay. And there we are. All right, close enough. Remember, Kriegspiel is not interested in precision per se, because we're not worried about micro. You won't see us out here with tape measures and stuff. We do sometimes measure. We have the grid lines, though, really, so we can just kind of eyeball things. And close enough is good enough. All right, Achilles is here. Go ahead.
Mr. Pump House, where are you? Mr. Pump House.
Yes.
Those two hussars that are detached over here by Couvery,
Yeah.
that was not where he wanted them to go.
Yeah. He said send them to coin the curvy.
That's not what he just told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where
Lieutenant
Lieutenant Butterbar took him.
That's exactly what I told him. I told him, well, that's not where they went. They went over here. Here's a report from them.
Yep,
And
sorry.
He's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't. That's not where they went. They were actually supposed to be where the rest of his cavalry is.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
Well, yeah,
oh well.
it's a feature, not a bug.
But he's
Okay.
he's just about to get some more cavalry because a a courier is going to come over and say that Napoleon is giving him command of all the cavalry in the region of Castle Goryeo.
Well, there you go.
Hmm. And I need to get orders from Great Gold.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna hold here because we need to get on a proper cadence. Let's see here. We're not synchronized at all.
Well, I've just conducted the 7 a.m. So are we still are we moving into 7:15?
Yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah.
moving into it, but
Okay.
I just wanna make sure that we're all synchronized because this little cavalry tiff in the middle threw us off, and it's my responsibility. So, but I want to fix it and make sure that we're all on the same schedule. Great Gold needs to catch up. His units need to move. As soon as his units are moved, then we're all at 7 o'clock going into 7:15,
Sure.
and then we can.
So quick question. If Jester has ordered his cuirassiers to charge, do you think that they'd be if they just kind of arrived here and then just got the message, do you think they'd charge this turn or next turn?
Oh, probably
The-
next
the-
turn. They're
these
going
guys.
to take time.
Yeah.
And what kind of terrain are they on? Is he
Well,
wanting them to charge uphill?
no, they're going to be charging across the
Oh,
little
down here.
stream
They're on this
on
side.
the flats. Yeah, in C9. Yeah, these guys just.
Yeah, they can do it, but I don't think 15 minutes to organize and prepare a
Yeah,
charge is.
I'll do it next turn. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
All right. Technical question. This is Great Gold's orders. He wants his hussars to renew the attack on the enemy hussars on the hill with the cuirassier in support. Okay. Since these guys got pushed back, will they be able to do that?
I don't know if I would think not if they got pushed back. It wasn't a retreat, so they can certainly defend effectively, but they're going to need a minute to take water and refresh and sort themselves out. They were just in combat. Now, if he wants to go ahead and push them forward, they're also reduced by so many points, which means that these 4 units are 64 points versus 30, 40.
Don't forget these guys.
Yeah, those guys. So, yeah, they would have the advantage if they get pushed in as far as weighted numbers, but they're just kind of spread out, too. I'd make them wait a turn.
I think what you're going to end up with is these guys are going to be coming up. Basically, what he's trying to do is tie those hussars down so that his cuirassier can hit them. Because the cuirassier would normally be slower than the hussars, so if the hussars wanted to bug out, they could leave.
Yeah.
But if he brings up his hussars, basically he's tying these 3 blocks into a melee. So
that's an awful complicated maneuver, isn't it? I mean, if you've got...
and that's where I'm at with this. He's trying to coordinate something. That's definitely going to take time to coordinate.
Well, the cuirassier were already moved up in support of this attack. They were just behind the hussars. So in the time that there was a fight on that crest in the previous turn, those cuirassier could be moving up. The question really is, can his hussars move up? And I would say these 2.
You're the umpire, so just be the umpire and call it.
Yeah, these 2 are probably not going to. These guys were already up here because they shoved this guy back. So they shouldn't have any trouble hitting here.
Yeah.
Cuirassier are going to come in because they're fresh anyway.
Okay.
All right. Now, what we need to know is how are these guys going to react? Are they going to try to flee?
No, they have enough effectiveness. They'll probably stand and fight at least until those cuirassiers come up.
Well, they're all coming up at the same time, brother. That's what I'm trying to say.
Then do you think they would flee?
I think these hussars on these two for sure are not going to stand seeing those cuirassiers coming up.
Okay, then bug him out. You're the umpire, so you make those decisions for him, and he has to live with them, you know, because that's how it would be in real life. You have subordinates, and your subordinates are going to be like, "No, I'm not going to commit suicide."
So those guys are going to fall back. This guy's going to press, and these three are going to hit this one.
Yeah.
Now we just need to resolve it.
Okay, but isn't that a next turn order?
That's a this turn order.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So it's these three are engaged. These right here. This is the group. What's the group?
Yep.
Okay. So let's roll the 2 dice. Okay. Blue loses 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys only lose 2. And you're all done. Blue's gonna retreat or fall back as per the rubric. So blue is now at 14. A unit that has an effectiveness of 14 or a group is gonna fall back. I guess the other unit should have held. But anyway, yeah, they're gonna fall back definitely under the weight of those numbers. So that's done. That was a pretty quick combat resolution. All right.
I'm ready for screenshots.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to restart the timer. Let's see if we can at least get under 10 minutes now. Let's see what we can do. All right, start. Boom. Okay, Jan.
Yes.
With your very powerful spyglass, which allows you to see through bushes on hills and trees in forests, according to your screenshot. Well, actually, the thing is, you're elevated. You're able to see quite a bit. You see that the enemy has cavalry in some concentration on the slope and plain to your front. You see that your hussars have dutifully prepared their screen and are holding their position. You see that your column has reached the town of Corny and is pushing into it. And you see that on the hill south of St. Blaise, the enemy has prepared some sort of a defensive position. And there appear to be flags and perhaps officers, men on horses, at the crest of that hill. So that is what you see. All right, for Meigs, you get to the top of this little flat ground, if you will. You're on higher ground now, and you can see the enemy cavalry through your hussars, and you see that it appears to be 2 separate squadrons of enemy hussars just kind of sitting out there off the road, whereas your hussars are arrayed in a line screening against them. Your column stretches out behind you for about a mile or so, about a mile and a half. And what are your orders? I'll start with you, Jan.
I still want the hussars to hold their position.
Okay.
I want to have let me look at my order of march. First battalions with a battery deploy behind them in line, and then have 3, 4, B and C, 5, 6, and D turn east on the road and get basically in the position I currently am at, and deploy there with the guns towards the east, towards the highest position.
Okay, so you want them to deploy facing the hill to your east.
No, they should march through Corny, take the road to the east, get to my position, and then deploy facing north.
Okay, that's what I thought you wanted, but it didn't sound like it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. All right, Meigs, what do you want to do?
I think I want to continue across that creek or river there, and I want to go up to the crossroads. And I
Okay,
would like to review my position then.
okay, what about the enemy hussars who are standing there staring at you very angrily? What do you want to do with those guys? You want to just try to ignore them, or do you want to push them off, or what do you want to do about them?
Yes, let's push them off. Okay.
Okay,
My initial thought was I would come to the crossroads and they would pause and or stand still. Then my hussars would form a diagonal line facing them, while my troops in the future I may possibly turn left, heading westward. But if there's more to see, maybe in the next map that's above me and ahead of me. So yeah, let's get them the heck out of there if possible.
perfect. Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Turn is 15 minutes.
Yes, so we're
Okay.
7:15. Okay. Let me get this dispatch delivered. All right, done deal. All right, now. Okay, so we have all kinds of things happening here. We have the hussars are going to be defending. So we'll flip them over. We have the infantry here. 1, 2 coming up in support. With the battery. 3 and 4. We'll put 5 and 6 in reserve. And then the rest of these will come up to here. They're not quite there yet. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I am moving pieces that are not affected by anything. And then I'll be doing combats when people are ready. Alright, here we are. I actually already moved him. Alright, that's all done. You know, it seems like blue is concentrating in the center and red is just
Yes.
kind of naturally enveloping them. We might see a red victory. All right, any combats? I've got a couple. I'm gonna go ahead and resolve this one here on the right, unless these hussars want to run away.
Um,
On the right, that's oh, those guys. Yes, their orders were not to engage, so
Okay.
they should back off.
Okay. All right, they'll break off. All right, Achilles, go ahead and move them to wherever you think they should go. I'll actually leave them here and let you just do that. I'm not going to deduct because they may recover All right, and then over here on the left, we got what, all the cuirassiers hitting.
Yes.
Well, all right.
Well, maybe the front three. I mean, I kind of wanted to do like a, you know, a triangle type puncturing type of thing.
Yeah, I can give it to him. Okay, so we got 75 versus 80 is the difference with another 25 in support. Let's see here. Where are my dice? Here are my dice. Dice, dice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's hit that there. Ooh, I don't know what that is. All right, let's go ahead and roll the dice. There we are. Okay, blue definitely wins. Okay, so everybody's going to take -2 just because they showed up to fight. Let's see here. I forgot the cuirassiers are worth more, but that's correct. They should be worth more because they are much heavier cavalry. There's that, and then it's an extra -3 on these hussars. And I'm going to go ahead and let them kind of punch through, even though, according to my rules, they would still hold. But these are cuirassiers they're up against, so they're going to kind of give way here. This infantry is barely getting into position, so how far do these cuirassiers want to go?
I mean, they're gonna punch. They're gonna punch, and then we're gonna have that moment where like was it like Borodino, like that film where like the cavalry just kind of parts and the cannons open up, that kind of scene.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay.
Why not?
Well,
Going in.
Then, oh Lord. Okay, then that means these guys are gonna pay. They gotta pay. This one's gonna
clear room then do that.
Ooh, I did the wrong thing. Oop, come here. Roll it again. Roll a subsequent combat. Okay, blue wins that again, so they're gonna lose.
Yes.
Well, they're not gonna survive it, but
I'm showing my
21.
bias now.
Yeah. The artillery is going to evaporate because there's contact, and then they're going to also, these cuirassiers are going to fall back, and then these guys are going to punch through, and we're just in a scrum. Now we're just in a fight to the frickin' whatever. And now these hussars might come back. I don't know. We'll just do it like that. What are these guys here in the back?
Well, they were riding in support. So I mean, if we kind of put two.
Oh Jesus. Okay, then there's just going to be an ongoing battle because we've already resolved 2 combats where we should have just resolved 1. Okay, those guns are gone. All right, there's that. Okay, all done. Are we good everywhere else?
Oh, no, over here.
Okay.
Okay. This cuirassier went into these 2 hussars. This is the die roll. Cuirassier are charging downhill. Hussars stayed in place.
Okay.
So
why is the cuirassier at 24?
Because I haven't adjusted anything for them. They were not engaged the first time.
He should be at 25 then. So he's going to lose 2 for fighting. And these 2 hussars, they also are going to lose a couple. Although, actually, we only do this after. So that's 36 to 25. And then they're going to lose 2 more. 2 more, right? No, it's red that loses 2 more.
Yeah, it's red. Yeah.
Okay, so that was blue wins, but not by much. They would stay engaged. They continue to fight. We just dock them for the step, but they continue to fight.
Okay.
You got a little. All right, that's all done. All right, that was a little over 12 minutes. All right, reports.
Achilles, considering Colin is over by Red Baron, do you want to take him on for?
Okay.
Yeah. It
How's
just
he
makes
going to
sense.
give orders? Where's his column? His column's all the way the hell over here, isn't it?
No, he's actually giving commands to Jester to both columns, because that's Jester's column back here,
Oh,
and
and this is Collins.
This is Collins' column.
Ideally, Achilles should be umpiring both guys who are engaged. I would say we might even have to reassign who's doing what,
Okay,
but I don't know.
So Collins over here, but he has no troops. Okay.
So technically Collins' cavalry are under the orders of Red Baron.
So
it
Colin has no troops.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Do we want to get rid of the red lines over here? Can I delete the lines?
Yeah, I was in the
cool.
process of doing it actually. Okay.
Let's get those dice out of the way so he doesn't learn anything.
Okay.
Show me a new map.
All right, guys. Jan, your infantry gets online barely in time. In fact, they're still forming in line when enemy cavalry led by cuirassiers punch through your hussars, punch into your line, and actually capture or destroy the battery that had positioned itself at the center of that line. That being said, they caused the lead cuirassier unit, which is now an Irassier, no longer a cuirassier if you read it closely. I'll send you a screenshot of that because that's kind of funny. So they've been repulsed, but the rest of the units are there, and it is just a great melee with infantry, cavalry, 3 cuirassiers in the middle of everything. Yeah, it's painful to watch, and there's not much control you have over this situation. You did have a reserve of 2 other battalions, 5th and 6th, which are still holding the line intact. The rest of your unit is still moving through the village of Corny and will be turning onto the road. Any particular orders you want to attempt to give?
Well, I guess we might want to deploy one of the batteries there at the northern edge of the town, just behind my infantry, in case they give ground.
Perfect.
And the other ones at my position.
Okay, perfect.
And the cuirassiers should also come to my position.
All right, so you still want that line?
Well, I guess the infantry is committed now, but...
well, half of your infantry is committed, not the other half.
Yeah, right. Well, the other guys need some time, right? So, yeah.
But they have to either go straight or turn right.
So if he places 1 battery there, let me see. Bring 2 batteries to me. Bring the cuirassiers to me. Yeah, then have the next 2 infantry battalions deploy in Corny.
Okay, so we're not going to form that line. We're going to just hold Corny. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, we're going to do that. Okay, Meigs, the enemy hussars have rode away from your position down the crest of the hill and off into the distance. So you basically lost contact with them. At least you have from your point of view. Your hussars probably know where they went exactly. But you are unchallenged. What do you wish to do?
Can I confer with Jan for a second on that?
Yes.
Or not? I don't have enough time.
Yes.
Jan?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to your suggestions. I'm at the crossroads there. I've seen the pushback, the cavalries of the other side, but that raises the question of whether or not they're immediately northeast of me, or whether you feel that I may want to continue my path westward on the left-hand path around about 9 o'clock there.
Yeah, I think you stick with the plan and turn left to the west.
Okay, Marshall, I'm going to stick with one of my original plans. I'm gonna turn left, heading west at around about the 8:30 mark there.
Perfect. Okay, you got it. All right. Good luck, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and there we have it. Boy, is this a mess or what? What a mess. Like, I'm having to kind of figure this out as I go. It's so complicated. But we can move Jan's other units. We'll put battery B online. We'll put the other batteries up here. They are horse batteries, or they're being drawn by horses, so they're not too crazy slow. Put the cuirassiers here next to the vineyards. We'll put these guys up here coming online. Put the other cuirassier here. And 1, 2, yeah, they would be up to there. And this unit bringing up the rear, so that's going to be the next screenshot for that. Let's go ahead and erase. Now, the moves that I'm making now are those moves that are not going to, they can't be interrupted, they can't be stopped. There's nothing stopping those movements from happening. They're going to happen. This here, likewise. Oh, I need to see what he wants to do with his cavalry. Silly me.
You're already at the next
Migs,
crossroads.
what did you want your hussars to do? You've got those hussar squadrons. What do you want them to do?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, quite frankly.
You have a staff that would advise you in the form of Jan.
Yeah. Staff advises you to send some of the squadrons to follow up the enemy hussars, just to keep in touch and see where they are going, and then take the rest as your advance guard along that road to the north in direction of Oni.
Okay, so I'm going to send some guys to my right, heading northeast at around about 2 o'clock. I'm going to send the remainder directly north.
Okay.
That's my plan, I think.
All right, that's just fine. All right, yes, they'll maintain contact. All right, perfect. All right, thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Good orders. Okay. Anything to resolve? We got to resolve this here, don't we? And then we're going to have to resolve all of this mess here. Oh boy, I'm going to need the calculator for this one. We're just going to group all of this and just roll it. So let's see here. 20, 50, 69, 79, 89, 99, 106. We'll put one of these infantry into 106 plus another 20, so it's going to be 126.
Well.
Yep, okay. And then here we're going to just commit everything as well. 72. No, that's 71, right? Yep, 71. 81 plus 60, 71 plus 60s. It's 131. Plus another 20, 151. 151, 51. Plus 19 is going to be 170. There we go. All right. And then we're going to roll our 2 dice. And that is so close. I mean, that's... Oh, it's even.
Just a
Lord,
whirlwind
Lord.
of
So
horse and bayonet.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this unit will fall back. It will be replaced online by this unit. turn him this way so we're clear that he's fallen back. These units we're going to retreat. This unit will hold. Oop. Actually, that's what was the number of that unit? I think it's 4. Okay, that unit will hold. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will fall back. They will hold. So they will fall back. They will hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are going to retreat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 10, you retreat. So these are also going to retreat. Oh, man, I keep hitting the wrong button. What a loser. All right, let's put them like this just to show me that they're retreating. Okay, and that's all the harm done to red. Now let's take a look at the 5. They are still going on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys. Okay, and these guys are actually, I added them to the total, so we're going to go ahead and they fought with them. All right, the space bar. Okay, so let's see here. Red is just kind of crumpling, aren't they? That's because of these guys. All right.
If it helps make your decision, Jester has sent down a courier telling the brigade commander of all that cavalry to, start falling back.
Okay.
So I mean, I know it's a bit of a whirlwind, but they'll be falling back next turn.
Okay. All right, that's fine. They can stay engaged for another turn. It's a 30-minute battle, which is just about the most that can be expected of men and horses.
Yeah.
So we'll turn them around. We're going to have them rally on the reserve here. They will hold here, so red will kind of rally because nothing is shattered or broken. All right, so that's all of red. Let's take a look here. Any movements here in the center?
So he's got his artillery, if they can, given the elevation, shooting this column.
They're not going to shoot over the heads of their men. I don't know what the elevation difference is, but
it's about 13 feet. 13 meters rather, because it's they're on like what 300 feet, and they're on like 320, 325.
So is that like 3 inches in American in freedom units, or that's probably
these are 20-meter intervals, so the guns are at 340.
Oh, okay.
And this infantry down here is what?
Would Napoleonic artillery fire over their heads? It seems like a deep, Well, yeah. The short answer is no. Even with that difference in elevation, you don't think so?
No.
Okay, done deal. Yeah. Generally, I never allow firing over heads, but
not in this era. No.
Yeah.
Only bloody big battles, I think, is the only system I've ever seen that allows that silliness. Okay. Couple of things. You have these dotted lines. Are these guys current? They're not moving.
They're not moving. No, it's just me to remind me that they're shooting. Hence the dotted line and the little shitty drawn splash.
Okay, so I need to.
This is how I do artillery fire, like that.
I need
That's
to
me.
complete
Sure.
Red's infantry move then, because I wasn't sure if you had those guys
No,
coming in,
no. Sorry.
and that would have changed what happens with Red, because Red is actually moving up and deploying.
Are there any combats?
There's one here. I already rolled for it,
Okay.
but you can do the resolution for me.
So
The,
Red's going to lose 5.
Fabulous.
And they'll continue to stay in contact. All right. So here's a problem that I'm running into is this combat's pretty sticky for cavalry. Cavalry sticks around way too long. So they have to be powerful. They're intended really to be single use, especially cuirassiers. And I like how everybody's leading with their cuirassiers. Blue is just commit the cuirassiers. They
You're
have all
always
this
saving 'em
infantry.
for-
Yeah, they have all this infantry, and they're like, commit the armor decision now.
This is the critical moment of the battle, but we're just cavalry skirmishing. Yeah, exactly.
Pearl Harbor, not if we
Critical
drop the nuke first. Why are we saving it for 45? Let's drop it now.
That's right.
Drop the nuke and
Alright.
save us the problem of Midway and all of that.
We got big bombs. Why aren't we using them? It's
Okay,
the
let's-
axe theory, but
Let's go ahead and give reports. This is unfortunately not faster for some reason, but
It's just us. That's what it is.
yeah.
yeah, it's me, because I actually quite honestly suck.
Well,
at this.
actually, we're at 17 minutes, and we did spend an extra couple minutes, but so 15 minutes is a standard. But I really wish we had.
Do you put batteries on? Like, can I put them on top?
Yeah, you can stack.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no
All right.
problem. Yeah, you're allowed to represent formations by stacking pieces and such.
I'll take Colin back now if you want, Achilles.
Yeah, he moved back to St. Blaise to the hill.
Okay.
I'm given reports. I think we're now moving into what 7:45. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
7:45.
Okay.
I accidentally hit up.
Okay.
They don't depend on speed.
All right. So, who doesn't depend on speed?
Well, the sword.
The sword.
Yes.
I guess.
But the
Anyway,
we talked about the difference between sabers and swords and why different types of cavalry have sabers and others have swords.
yeah, the curved saber because
Yes.
the force of the impact will
Mhm.
help drive the yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. All right. The cavalry battle continues with a lot of your men streaming back or falling back, but your line does hold. Your line holds despite the fact that some of the men of the original line, including your cavalry, all fall back. All of your cavalries are pulsed, your hussars. In fact, two of your hussar squadrons have rallied on your position.
Hurrah.
But your line is holding. The enemy cavalry has been committed now for almost 30 minutes, and they are clearly tired and slowing down. You're seeing
Yes.
blue-clad riders kind of streaming to the rear, so you can tell that the blue attack is falling apart. Of course, your units have been hit pretty hard, but they are holding. For you, Meigs, you are on your way. Two of your hussar squadrons have taken up position at the head of your column. They just now made it to the head of the column. You see nothing to your front. You do see a report from your hussar squadrons that they are in contact with the other enemy squadrons say that they've moved about a quarter mile to the north or so, and they are maintaining contact with them and will send you regular reports. So you are moving off to the west as your screenshot shows. Okay, Jan, orders.
I want, what's the number here? Battalion 6 and 5. Open the gap between them so that the artillery can blast away against the enemy cavalry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that line there will hold position and just fire at the cavalry. I mean, they are really stuck in that position. And then,
That's a good order.
yeah, I'm wondering now. I mean, I guess looking at the terrain, I just want the infantry to wait, potentially form assault columns on the road, but I don't think there's enough space for that. And just have the cuirassiers come over to my position.
Okay. All right, cuirassiers to your position. All right. All right, that's done. Okay, Meigs, any particular orders?
Yes, I want to continue towards the next crossroads that goes north and south. I would like to immediately turn north, heading over across that creek or river.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
It's
not
a
sure
creek.
if I may. Okay.
Or creek, as I say it here in California. Creek, all the same.
Oh, a creek, right? Yeah. Okay. Right.
Creek.
Got it.
California, we say creek, but other parts of the country, they say crick. Yeah, you're only 5 minutes away from the crossroads, 10 minutes or 7 minutes away from the creek, and you'll be on your way. Yeah.
Great. Very good. Thank you so much.
Of course. Oh,
I think I understand.
Uh-oh. Now you definitely are confused. Oh, only the most confused of the confused say, "Oh, I understand." Welcome to Kriegspiel. That shows you are just halfway through the introductory course. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. You'll pick it up real quick. It's easy to learn. It's just it's one of those things, just like real life. It's hard to master. I sure as heck haven't. All right.
Really?
Oh yeah. Good luck, guys. All right. Meigs is doing great. He's doing just fine. He's given no bad orders. He's doing just fine. All right. Yeah, Kriegspiel is it's extraordinarily complex, even though the mechanics are simple, just like any other mechanics, right? You're just marching around, walking around, point and shoot. You can train an idiot to fight, which is why the musket replaced the bow, because to train a bowman you need years and years of training and such, whereas a person can be taught in 30 minutes how to fight using a musket. But yet modern warfare, or I should even say just Napoleonic warfare, takes a lifetime to really become proficient. So, man, that dog is going crazy. It's not my dog. I'm a big dog lover. But I'm in a neighborhood with a lot of dogs. And someone has a dog, and you just hear it in the background. Woof, woof, woof. The dog is probably lonely. That's what that sounds like. Too bad. I feel very bad. Anyway, the battle continues. We're at 5, 6, I'd say 7 minutes into the turn, because I didn't start my timer about a minute late. So about 7 minutes into the turn. I'd be happy with 10-minute turns. 15 minutes I would be disappointed, but that is our limit. But if we're going over 15 minutes for a turn, that's not good. 15 minutes is real time, but I want to play faster than that. So The system appears to be pretty effective and efficient, especially with smaller fights. But there will be notes. There will be probably some tweaks. I gave the players a lot of units because they need to cycle the units and use reinforcements. I may have given them a few too many blocks, so it's slowing the game down. Normally, when I run a Kriegspiel, you don't want to give a player, you give them between 4 and 8 blocks maximum. 4 blocks is probably a minimum, but 8 blocks probably a maximum, especially if the game is larger. The bigger the game, the fewer the pieces you want to give to the players, because each piece on the board has to be moved and it all adds up. And I've got these guys out here with 16, 20 pieces. So 20 pieces each, that's 3 times. It's 3 times the time commitment that you would spend if you gave them 8 pieces. So you think about that, how that adds up. One of the problems is these guys want to give orders to every individual block.
Okay. Lots of stuff going on. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish there was time to. Wow. All right. All right. He's falling. Ooh. Okay, we'll do Red Baron first. All of his cavalry is falling back.
I need to make some notes here. One of the notes I'm going to make is the cavalry is going to recover very slowly.
How are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
Got all kinds of movement going on this time. So I'm trying to get all these guys situated here. In a logical way. All right, now, Great Gold. This is really going to be interesting. He's ordered all of his guys to fall back to Fey.
Oh. Are they not supposed to be attacking?
I would have thought, but Great Gold is now concerned because
He's outnumbered like mad.
he thinks he's about to be assaulted on his left.
Yes.
Wow.
I gave him a report from his brigade commander to tell him that there were enemy forces to his northwest and that they were turned to face on the road because he can't see them personally. He can't see that personally because of where his location is. But he's very, very close to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the woods and the crest line that block his sight.
Now, as these guys turn around, the artillery up here is going to open up as Jester has ordered the line to kind of shift to the west here, and these skirmishers are going to be coming.
Okay. Now, you tell me who gets there first, because these guys are falling back down this road through the woods. They're on the road through the woods. These skirmishers are going to be coming through the woods. So, do they make contact?
I don't know. What do you reckon, Marshall?
Well, skirmishers can move pretty quick, but they're not going to do a whole lot of damage to them. There'll be some shooting back and forth, nothing significant. What a couple guys get hit. So I would just leave it at that. I wouldn't even roll it or anything. I would roll, or not roll. I would deduct a point from some of those red units, though, that are in the woods. You got these guys. He's off-road in the woods. Is that right?
Which one?
This one?
Oh, I moved him there because the skirmishers were coming.
Yeah, just leave it. Don't even dock him. Just leave it. It's not significant.
Basically, he just kind of marched off the road slightly into the woods to engage those skirmishers.
What's happening here? Did we?
I told them both that because these guys have been engaged for like 30 minutes, that basically this is gonna break off due to exhaustion.
All right, and then they're done. We need to start getting this cavalry out of here. That's, once cavalry charges and does stuff like that or fights for 30 minutes, they're kind of done for the day.
Yeah, I don't know how you want to mark that, but
done for the day.
Yeah, done for the day. Just put like a
OSHA regulations. I'm sorry, guys. Safety first.
I mean, if you want, there's a red marker.
There you go. Yeah, just put a red marker on them.
Well, or just remove them. Because as long as they're on the board, they're going to command them.
Okay.
They're going to give them orders. So you can also change their state.
Can I just delete them?
I'm just going to change the state here to shattered. And that's just going to tell them that, hey, that doesn't mean they're actually shattered despite what the icon says, but what it means is you're really not able to do much with them right now. They're tired. They're done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give reports.
Oh, hang on. No, well, I mean, this artillery is which is it?
Yeah,
going
we
to
need
shoot
to
unopposed artillery fire is a -2 to the side that's taking it. That's it.
I mean, Achilles would. I mean, he was shooting at these guys that were shooting. So I mean,
right. That's fair enough. So we want to say, let's see, each of them hit a block.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. There you go. All right. So just subtract 2 from whatever blocks were hit. Okay, it's unopposed artillery fire. So the artillery takes -2 because they're engaged in combat. That represents the ammunition they're expending. But they can also sit idle and recover it very quickly. Okay. Reports, yeah?
I do have another question.
Sure.
This blue artillery up on the ridge,
Yeah.
do they have the range for these cuirassiers here?
Yes, they do.
All right. So we're going to put these 2 batteries to fire. So each of these guys are going to take a hit as well.
Yeah, they're going to come down 2. They're taking unopposed artillery fire.
Right. I'm going to put in my screenshots for Colin and Jester, and I'm going to.
I'm only going to deduct
take
1.
30 seconds for a whiz.
I'm only going to deduct 1 from the artillery for firing unopposed. It's another no. I might not even deduct anything, but artillery. Wow, apparently I don't remember how to spell artillery. All right. Okay, reports and orders. Away we go. And let me start my timer. We were at like 17 minutes that last one.
Yeah. I think the Russian grenadiers had to be especially tall.
Okay. Okay, Marathon's here.
Okay, too great.
Forward, my children, forward. Now smack the cuirassiers at them.
There we go. And then...
Although, wait a second, probably not. Probably rather the hussars and some infantry. The cuirassiers just run tired if they chase them down.
Okay. There's that. Let's get a screenshot from Migs. And then I'll give you reports. Okay. Jan, the artillery, not the artillery. Yeah, the artillery goes online, but they don't really have a chance to open up. The cavalry retreat. Enemy cavalry fall back. They've taken a lot of losses, a lot of hits. They're the cuirassiers in particular are pretty much spent. Their hussars are screening them. Your cavalry's not in better shape, but you do have your cuirassiers. 3 of your cuirassier squadrons have made it to your position, and they are fresh. 1 cuirassier squadron, which is at the end of your column, is still picking its way along the edge of the village, and they're confined by the vineyards you see there on the map, those diagonal lines. But they are making their way towards you. Your line has held. You have artillery online. The rest of your column has come up. Some of the units have deployed, ready to go into action at a moment's notice and support. Other units have stayed in column, but it looks like they won't be needed for the next several minutes. Your units will begin to recover after this turn if they hold position. For you, Meeks, you are you've made it. You've turned north. You're just south of the fortified farmstead of Prael. You, I should say, walled, not fortified. You now see that there are enemy cavalry to your north and your northwest, but these are not large formations necessarily, just a couple squadrons. You also hear the boom of artillery to your west. Likewise, Jan, you hear the boom of artillery to your east. So obviously, there's been some artillery fire in the center of the map. Jan, what are your orders?
Yeah, I think the infantry should rather hold and reform for now.
Okay.
I'm still not convinced about committing the cuirassiers here against light cavalry. It doesn't make a lot of sense. No, we will just stay in this position and consolidate our formations.
All right. That'll allow them to recover and rearm and take water and all that. Good. Migs, what do you want to do?
I'm sorry, hang on. I think I want to displace the enemy cavalry, and actually, if I'm able to destroy them, since it seems like I'm 2-1 against them, that would be favorable. If I can't do that, I want to try to chase them away. So I want to continue with those 2 cavalry units northwest at about 11 o'clock angle.
Yeah,
And
into your
disperse with them.
northeast. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're not really able to give them too many orders, but they will push. So because they're basically out of your ability to command. But yes,
Sure, okay.
yeah, they'll push. They have scouts that are looking in your direction and vice versa. So yeah,
They know their job, so they'll just continue on.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to continue on with my left-hand lower column people. I want to send my cavalry up to. Actually, that's a river up there, isn't it?
No, there are no water features here. If they're blue, then it's a real water feature. Otherwise, it's just a creek.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
I see the Prayal
Yes.
fortification. You said that's a wall?
Yeah, it's a low wall. I've always historically ruled it's about a low 4-foot wall.
Okay, then. So I believe I want to continue on at least up to that creek.
Okay, so you want to continue north, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Continue north up to the creek. And I want to try to get that close. I want to send my scouts out to try to see where this enemy fire is coming from.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, Achilles, good timing, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Jan is going to hold and try to recover.
Where's Jan?
He's on the far left.
Ah, who is this on the right?
Meigs is the red guy on the right.
Oh, see, if he had just kept going straight up,
I know.
he'd be
He'd be
there
in the
by
enemy
now.
rear. Yeah, he'd be there.
Because there's nothing in front of him. There's absolutely nothing in front of him.
Yeah, but you don't know it. You don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
He does
You
have
don't.
scouts out there. The scouts are opposed, but they are pushing and will continue to push.
These infantry that I'm currently moving will get hit by that artillery that Dave just threw.
What's that? Oh,
On the
okay.
move.
Yeah. All right. So it's -2 for each one.
And this artillery is withdrawing. And Great Gold has moved to Fay. And these Cuirassiers are falling back. Now they could move. They could do that whole distance easily. So. These Hussars are over. These Cuirassiers are done. Okay, that's all of Great Gold.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I've been overly generous here.
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna get some good fights here. We're getting close to the resolution stage, where we're gonna have a decision, but we'll see. This Hussar here, are they continuing to fall back, or are you this guy right here? Is that you, or
Yeah, they are. They're not to engage. So if these red Hussar come forward, they fall back. But if they don't come forward, then nobody moves.
Yeah. All right. Well, just like that. What about this one out here now? What's that guy gonna do on his own?
Well, there's nobody pushing him, and he's just sitting out there.
So wouldn't he push in and try to reestablish contact?
He could, yeah, exactly. He could go anywhere. He could come all the way down. He could go down to Curvy. He could pretty much go anywhere he wanted.
Let's put him there for this turn. A little hesitant, but we'll put him there, and then he'll come up behind the other two. That'll create a nice little problem for Megs to have to solve. All right, let's get these Zugs out here. He wants scouts out, so let me copy little skirmish Zugs.
Which are immediately going to run into these Hussars.
Yeah, that's fine.
And say, oh, hey, wait a minute. There's guys up there. Actually, in this move, they would have seen these guys.
Yeah, they're
I don't know. I don't know who's giving the reports for these, but these guys should know that these guys are already here. So.
Yeah, they're gonna know now.
So I don't know why they're sending scouts to the left if they know their own guys.
Because he's new and he heard artillery, and wants to know what's going on with all the artillery.
Okie dokie. All right.
And the artillery is firing here, was it?
I'm putting it on these guys now.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I had to erase all the marks to get it cleaned up. Okay, no other combats?
No.
And we
No
just
other
passed
combat.
10 minutes, damn it.
Although these guys are going to be engaged on this turn coming up, this next turn.
Yeah, next turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where's Dave?
That I could not tell you. Somewhere in England,
Okay.
as far as I'm aware, near Eton.
We're
I know
going to
that.
hit. It's going to be another 15-minute turn, damn it. I hate that. I want to get the turns down to 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm pretty sure this is our fault because we just kind of suck. Or I know I do. Let me put it that way. I kind of suck.
No, you're fine. I think Dave has something going on, and it could be one of the players.
I'm back.
There we are.
There he is.
Are your players slowing you down, Dave?
We like to chat, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the artillery's still opening up on that kind of column that retreated.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I already put
that's
the
about
hits
it.
on for it.
Cool.
Okay, I think we're done. I'm trying to get turns down to 5 or at least 10 minutes. I think 5
Sure.
minutes is a pipe dream.
It's my fault. Sorry.
That's okay, Dave. I love you, man. You're just a great guy. You're just easygoing, and
That's why I hate him. That's why I hate him. He's just a great guy, and I hate that.
Whereas I'm just like the opposite. Like, I probably should take drugs to chill out, and I don't.
Right. Are we moving on to 8:15? Is that
Yep,
right?
let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck, guys.
Okay.
That's 12 minutes, 30 seconds. Starting again.
Break gold. Okay. Okay. He's about to get fabulous. Shot. A bunch of stuff. Okay. Right one.
All right, Jan.
Died.
Nothing to report other than your men are feeling greatly refreshed. They are grateful for the break. They're taking water and restocking ammunition, taking care of their wounded, and so on. So the men are their spirits are rising once more. Miggs, you have come up to your creek there, and you're immediately west of Prael now, and you see a large concentration of enemy infantry. You also see that there's enemy infantry, or have evidence of enemy infantry and artillery to the west. You don't have eyes on it, but you do. One of your scouts makes contact with the hussars. You see that there's hussars, friendly hussars, on the hill there. And you have not yet received a report back, but you know that your scouts that you sent out are communicating with them, because you can see that through your spyglass. To your northwest, or I'm sorry, northeast, your hussars have continued to push the enemy cavalry squadron that they outnumber to the further back down the road. So your hussars are pushing. They're basically keeping on line with you, more or less. They're doing their job. So, Jan, what are your orders, sir?
That's a difficult question.
Okay. Miggs, while Jan contemplates, what are your orders? Your unit, by the way, is forming a line. They are automatically going online. You have a battery that's deploying, so your guys are going online.
Right, they're going to be just on the south side of that creek there, facing off against the enemy on the north side.
Yes.
I want to continue that action.
Okay, perfect. That's the correct order, I feel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And then what about the rest of your column, though? Like you're going to put, 4 battalions online roughly by default. Where do you want the next battalions to go? You're going to be putting 4 of your blocks plus artillery online in one line. You've got another 8 blocks behind them. What do you want to do with the other 8 blocks?
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. The ones that I can't see. Okay. Of my own group. Yeah, okay. I think I want to form additional a line on the east side of the road. Is those other 8? I want at least 4 of them. No, I want 6 of them to form a line on the east side of the northward road, facing the enemy to the west of that. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
got it. Okay.
And then the other 2 are my reserves to hold back. Okay.
They're your what?
My reserves, maybe?
Yeah,
What,
very good, very
I
good.
couldn't,
what is
I
it?
couldn't figure out what else to do with them because I have
Well,
people to the
What
left
is?
and I have people
What are
to the north.
reserves? This is a new word. Hang on, let me get a dictionary. I need to. It's a joke.
Marshall is just kidding. There's a tendency for players to just throw in everybody they have and don't keep reserves.
Really?
Historically,
Wow.
reserves are the decision makers, really.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, reserves are vital. But anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for humoring me. Okay, good luck, guys. All right. Yes, the IKS, where the longest line wins every battle, and the instant you see the enemy, you commit the reserves. Oh my goodness. All right, we just passed 5 minutes, or 5.5 minutes here. My stuff is good. I can go ahead and start putting these guys online. So let's put him here, him here. He's going to go here. There's probably going to be combat here. They are in range. 1, 2, 3. And he would get online to here. To 4. Now, then he wanted 6 of these guys out here, huh? 2. He did not give orders for his artillery. 3.
I have 2 battalions of blue infantry shooting into the flanks of the hussars. I presume the hussars, as soon as they hear the muskets, are going to scarp up.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't given orders to do anything, so they're just going to stand there and just take it, right?
Well, I mean, if you want to be mean.
Where's his? Oh, look. I left like half of this MiG's poor
I'll
unit
put
in the
them down there.
backfield. Yeah, they're gonna withdraw on their own. They're not gonna sit there and take it. All right,
No.
Here we are. All right, we're gonna have combat in here. Show. We're gonna group these like so. All right, and then I think Jan is just holding. Jan,
Is
I
that
don't
a
think we
non-
ever. I don't think we ever got orders out of you, Jan. Do you want to continue holding, or do you want to advance?
No, I was actually just typing them out. So what I want to do is the infantry should form assault columns just outside the town, so north of the town, screened by skirmishers, of course, as they
To
are
the north
supposed
of the
to.
town, assault columns, right?
Yes.
What's an assault column?
Right. Then keeping 4 battalions in reserve, together with the hussars and the cuirassiers now. And I'm sorry they have to get through that stuff again, but they should form, or I guess form up behind the infantry. And as soon as the infantry then later on moves away, they are supposed to take the left flank there along the river.
Mm-hmm.
And my artillery should shift to the east and start bombarding, if we can, start bombarding the enemy infantry there on that hill.
Okay. So I'm still playing with your assault columns.
Yes, always, always. I love them so much.
Your hussars. This is actually a relatively complicated order, so I'm not sure if I'm getting
is.
the positioning right. But I'm moving everything up. But your hussars and your cuirassiers, what do you want to do with the hussars? You have two that are up on that river, like you indicated. But what about the two that are with you? Where are they supposed to do?
I guess they can just stay for now. Just the general intent is that they are supposed to, once there is enough space, form the reserve together with 4 infantry battalions.
All right. And I tell you, playing Kriegspiel with you foreigners who don't speak good American is really hard. You use words like reserves and assault columns and skirmishers, and I don't know what all this stuff is.
Wait until I start with my ordre mixte.
Yeah, right? Mixed order, yeah. Boy, I'll really be confused then. All right, no problem. All right, good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Behind Megs.
Okay.
So,
I think we have one combat for sure. We're going to have some artillery. I'm going to go ahead and deduct a couple here for unopposed artillery fire. That range is extreme range, mind you. In fact, I'm only going to deduct one for the extreme range. Because that is extreme range, about 5. That's a mile. They're shooting about a mile out. Here at Prael, Achilles, who's involved on your side?
On my side, it would be Baron, Red Baron.
No. What units are involved? We got to do the grouping. They're going to fight, right?
Sure.
Or are they going to hold?
Well, obviously, yeah. No, they're standing their ground. So if these guys are in range, they're going to shoot.
What about the battery
these
A?
Guns, yeah. Okay. These guns, these 3 infantry which can fire. These other guys are
In reserve. Yeah, they're not part of the group. Okay. So, all right. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and tally it up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's not really going to be in it. He's kind of off to the side. So they are evenly matched. +1 for red, +2 for blue. So the artillery provides a DRM. So we're going to roll it and see what happens. And they're probably going to stay engaged. Okay, so red gets the better of it, but then we have a +1. So that becomes a 6 because they have 1 artillery. Oop. And the other one was... It was 3 and 5, wasn't it? Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. All right, let's go back here. 3 and 5. Where's my battle? Here it is. Okay, so that becomes a 5. This becomes a 6. So the difference is -1 more to blue. So blue's going to come down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And red comes down 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Artillery is going to come down 2 because they were in enough combat that they are firing as fast as they can. And that's going to come down 2. All right, we're done. They stay in combat by the rules. That's it. That's how long combat takes. Okay. All done. Reports and let's turn it around. Reports and orders. You see how long this turn took? 12 minutes, almost 13. All right, here we go.
By the way, Achilles, Jester is now with Red Baron. So if we want to do what we did before, they're in the same room.
Tell him to get his ass back with his troops.
I know they seem to be chopping and changing and saying, you look after my division while I go chat to Baron.
Yeah.
It seems like no one is in charge.
that seems to be the case. Yes. Let's see. Great Column.
All right.
Okay, Jan, you have
Yes.
formed your assault columns north of town. Um, I just stacked the pieces on top of each other to show that you have a column going. So you have one
That's
and two.
crazy. I
What?
think nobody has thought about that before.
Yeah. Who would ever? You know, I ought to go back and talk to Reeswitz and tell him, hey, man, if we stack these pieces, we can indicate an assault column. He would be shocked. He would be like, this is revolutionary. It's going to change everything. With this, we can unify Prussia and create Germany, Greater Germany,
Mhm.
and then we can
Mhm.
conquer all of Europe to the west and the east. There's no way that could go wrong. And if we get it
Yeah.
wrong the first time, we'll just try it again. Just 20 years
Mhm.
ought to be all we need. This should be great for us, right?
Oh my god.
I'm a
Crazy.
visionary. Now all I need is a
Definitely not.
time machine, so they know
Well,
the
we,
formula.
right, right. Well, we have power and money and women.
Okay, you both got your screenshot. Migs, this time the big report is for you. There is combat between your line and the enemy line. It is indecisive. Both sides remain engaged. If I knew what I was doing, I could spawn the little smoke thing, but I don't know how to do the smoke thing.
Okay. All right.
But they are
I don't know what
fighting.
that means, but
They're fighting.
okay. So actually, I might have misconstrued my orders a bit here.
Oh wow.
I had actually wanted my uh, 4 platoons to be west of the road, aligned behind the creek on the south side of the creek, deliberatively facing the enemy across from me. Then the others,
Arrange them and put it in a screenshot, because you're dealing with a
it,
lot of pieces and it's complicated. It'll be faster for you to
okay.
just do a screenshot. You know how to do a screenshot?
I'm not sure that I do.
Do you have your module
Um,
open? Is it working for you? You have a module?
I'm looking at the big map. Yes, is that what you mean?
Yeah, arrange the pieces in according to your intent and then screenshot that and paste it in your channel. Are you able to do that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Or
Hang on.
then
Okay.
draw it. Can you draw on the map and do a screenshot?
Okay. All right. So, okay. Hang on.
I want to get it right, you know.
Right. And, okay.
Of course.
So if you want to,
Go ahead, Jan.
if you want to draw, you can on the left side, top left side of your screen. There's a pen there. If
Yes.
you hover
Yes.
over
Yes.
that,
Yes.
in,
Okay. Okay.
you
Okay.
select
Thank
the very
you.
first thing, which is it says pen, and then you can
Yep.
draw on the map.
Okay, so he's doing that. Jan, what do you want to do with your guys?
Continue as previously ordered, form assault columns outside of town and bombard the enemy on top of that hill.
Okay, yeah, and he is firing on you, but not to very good effect. Very poor effect.
Mhm.
So, okay, so your artillery's going to go into position and start shooting up that hill. I don't know if they could elevate during this time that much.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they moved down that hill, but anyways. So I don't think they, I mean,
You
what's
want them to fire on the hill? I can park
Yeah,
them
I wanted
wherever
them to
it's...
shift.
It's
I wanted them originally to shift to the east and then fire over there, but it's all right. Well, that's just friction. So I don't think they can properly shoot up there now.
Well, I can change the order, Jan. I can
No,
change the
you're
order.
right. I'm wondering though how and where I could use them if not.
I've moved them back up the hill. I'm gonna put them at where it says 240 on the hill
Looks about right.
to
Yeah.
your east, and then they will engage in counter battery. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. They're almost, not quite, a mile distant. So they're
a lot.
yeah. So they'll shoot. It's not going to be crazy effective, but they will fire.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have
and
them just
now your
as
stuff,
food for one turn.
your stuff on the road, your infantry, you want them to move or hold position?
Um, well, this is all vineyards, right? Well, this is horrible terrain, man.
Yeah, it sure is. At least in 1870, whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, I guess we form more assault columns to the right of the road there.
Okay.
So we get a big package of assault columns ready.
Okay.
And
All
that's
right.
it for me.
Okay, Migs, have you worked it out?
I did
here?
outline it on the tabletop with 2 white lines.
Okay.
Give me just a couple of seconds here. Okay, so I'm going back to the tabletop. I outlined it so I have my desires known.
Mhm.
Actually, wait, that's not right.
We're
Okay.
almost out of time here, Migs, so even if
Uh,
it's less than perfect, as long as I have a rough sketch of what you want to do, I can try to make it happen for you.
Right, so now you need to take a screenshot. And the way you do that is press the Windows key, the Shift key, and the S key at the same time.
And then you
Windows.
drag your
Yeah.
cursor. You drag your cursor
S.
to create a window.
Yes.
Yep.
Windows, Shift, and S. Then there comes an overlay, and then you can draw a rectangular shape. Click the mouse, left click, drag and drop, so to say, drag it, and then
And then you just hit Control V in your chat channel. Is all you have to hit. Control V, and it'll
Yes.
automatically paste it.
Hang on. I'm okay. Soon though, I'll be expert in this. Okay. Okay, so I outlined my box on the map for what I want to have done.
Mhm.
I'm within the map with some cross arrows, north, south, and east.
Mhm.
How do I save it then? Do I stop it? Wait, I didn't start it yet. Okay, then.
So again, you press the Windows key, the Shift key, and the S key at the same time.
Yep, I did that. I have a camera icon above my
You
station.
guys work on that. I have to process the next turn, but
Sure.
we're within fudge range. We can do it. Okay,
Yep,
don't worry.
go ahead.
All right. Okay, guys.
awesome.
Okay,
Yep.
so the artillery is going to fire. Basically, it's what we called an O group harassing fire at long range there. The red artillery does the same. I'm not going to deduct anything. They're firing at, actually a little bit shorter range, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Over here with MiGs, are we ready to resolve another round of combat on that?
Yes.
All right. And that's that. Okay, and then we roll it. And it's the same calculus as before, ain't it? Okay, this time blue goes up 2, so blue goes to 4, red goes to 4, so it's even. So they all just lose 2. And he's going to go down 2 more. He's going to go down 2 more. All right, that's that. All done. They remain engaged. Now, at a certain point, these guys are going to start. They're going to fall back after this next round of combat because they are pretty exhausted.
Both lines.
Yeah, both lines, yeah.
Because, these guys don't have anybody behind them.
Yeah, once they drop below 15, they start falling back.
Okay.
So
These guys.
now
they
that's
could
not
just
a
push out.
retreat, it's a fallback. What's that? Yes, that's right. And
Yeah.
that's the whole beauty of this system. This is where the system shines. because 7th, 8th, and 12th battalions will fall back. 11th, 9th, and 6th battalions will come online. And because whoever that commander is maintained a second line reserves, his line will remain intact, whereas Meag's line is going to evaporate. It's not going to evaporate. It's going to fall back, but it will also be weak and vulnerable. So that is exactly how it's supposed to work. So there we go. Okay, orders and reports.
Righty ho.
Let me recycle the time. It was a little faster.
It is 0900 now.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 8:45. No.
You're right. It is 8:45. I just caught that
Oh.
too.
Damn it.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, yeah, you had me panicked. I was like, what? Ah,
All right, what can you see? You see quite a lot.
Yeah, I was just noticing that because I was looking at the time of the other dispatches, which I used to correct my. Oop, come on. There we go.
Can you move the dice out of there? Oh, never mind. All right.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's a big difference. Let me go down here to these guys. Okay, guys.
East side. But now there's a whole bunch of cavalry up there, so I'm not sure that would work. But I know how to do the map a bit more so now. Okay, then. All right, then. Windows Shift S. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, don't worry
Okay.
about it. I'll give you something to worry about in a minute that's different.
Oh, I'm very excited. Yeah.
You should be. Jan, your units have formed their assault columns. They are at the bottom of the hill. They are taking slightly more accurate fire, but the net benefit is yours because the men are now holding position. They're able to recover a little more. Your artillery is firing on the enemy as well. Again, very limited effect so far. Otherwise, for you, Megs, your lines have exchanged fire. Again, they continue. They remain in combat. Your line is showing evidence of weakening and running low on ammunition. So the line that you have there probably isn't going to hold much longer. In particular, battalions 1, 2, and 3 are running low on ammunition. So keep in mind that they're probably not going to hold out much longer. Otherwise, Jan, any orders?
I'm scared to go up that hill.
Don't go up the hill then. Do something different. You're certainly a long way from that parade ground.
Well, yes.
You're right. The hill is pretty scary. I mean, you could possibly force your way through. I mean,
I will
welcome
have
to
to
Napoleonic
force my
combat.
way at some point. Okay, the assault column screened by skirmishers will advance along the river to the north to engage the enemy
All right,
and take the town of Jouy-aux-Arches.
there you go. Do you want to deploy a drone to put eyes on the enemy positions? Maybe do an airstrike.
Oh.
You know, I didn't tell you what year this is. This is 2021. It's just there's a lot of madmen out here with muskets.
Yeah, I just want to drop one of these razor bombs on the enemy army commander, then I think we can sign the treaty.
Yeah, and I said 2021. It's actually 2024, but yeah, all right. I'll order the drone up. Okay, Migs, what do you want to do, man?
I want to replace 1, 2, and 3 with some of my. Actually, I've only got 2 reserves, right? Let me just replace 1 and 2 then with my reserves.
Okay.
And is there a special function I should use to resupply them, or they're automatically resupplied by?
Automatic.
Okay. On my left, okay. Did you see my map I did then of my
I
so-called
did
original
see.
intent?
I did see. So you want those guys to kind of fall back
I
to the road?
no, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. I think
My
just
original
holding them where they're
intention,
at. Yeah.
yep, my original intention, if you look at it, makes a little white corner there,
Yeah.
and it would have made for a crossfire. And okay, so I'm going to take my other 6
Yeah, but the enemy's
battalions.
not attacking you there. They're not coming at you. They're not going to walk into that, so it's not. It wouldn't work for you. Go ahead. What are your next orders?
Sure. So,
Yeah, they're pushing in the north there, or at least they're skirmishing with you in the north.
okay then. In that case, I do want to move some of my battalions, I think, up on the road north of the creek and on the east side, facing the enemy, which would be at 9 o'clock then.
Right. Okay. So, what battalions do you want to send that way? You have 8, 9, 10. Well, you have 5 through 10 on your left in that line on the hill.
Yeah, I'm going to put,
I would take 8, 9, 10 maybe, or however many you want.
that sounds good. 8, 9, and 10. Let me do that then.
Okay.
And
Put
because
them into
if I put
Prayel,
too
or
many up there, I'm sorry, go ahead.
do you want to put them into Prayel or on a line or what?
Right. So north of my artillery on that road there,
Yeah.
I want them to be on the east side of the road, facing the enemy at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
8,
Got it.
9, and 10.
Okay. All right, that's doable. So they're gonna create a second line, right?
Correct. Yep. That hopefully we can kind of like be like again a crossfire possibly.
Huh.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that's how far they're gonna get in this turn. So they're
Okay.
gonna move here, and and feel free to draw that out in case I'm wrong. Also note that your cuirassiers and 3 batteries are coming online behind you. They're behind you, and they have arrived in a reserve position. So you're able to give them orders for the next turn. Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You don't get to know what's going on.
Okay, Jan is going to move up the road, but in a formation. So, unfortunately, that's going to cost him.
I need a quick Dave.
Yeah.
Have you moved Meg's guys where they're going?
I have no idea what Megs is doing. I'm not looking after Megs.
I've moved all his stuff.
Oh, okay. And I see you moved Great Gold's Cuirassier up. Okay. Okay, because that was important because this is happening.
Nothing.
Yeah, so I figured was going to happen.
But it's a compound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's anchored on that wall. So good luck. Good luck. But okay, good luck.
It's going to be
This
like the
wall
Grand
here,
National. Yeah. They're going to be
Okay.
jumping over the hedges. They're going to be breaking legs.
Okay, let me see. All right. None of these guys are
Battery
inside that
low.
wall. So this can happen. These Cuirassier over here.
Or they're going
would
to
have
flow
to-
around the wall to the right or something.
Well, there's
Or
a
to their
road.
left. Yeah,
they
but
could-
it runs under the. It's a creek and it runs under the wall.
This is a creek.
Yeah, yeah. They're not gonna. It's not a river. It's a creek.
Okay. No, I thought it was a road.
Oh no.
It sure looks like a
There's a
road.
trail that with a door, that leads out here.
Ah, okay. So these guys can come in,
Well, if they unlock the
but
door,
then
yeah,
they can't go anywhere.
yeah, they're gonna be stuck inside the compound.
Okay, so they would just stay outside. All
Yeah.
right, fair enough. But these guys definitely are coming. Yeah, he wanted them to go hit the flank of this, but
Wow.
he can't
Yeah,
really
the
get
commander's
through
gonna
the walls.
scratch his
So the-
head and said, "Well, yes, sir."
This is the end of the line that they can hit, though.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
You know what?
They
I'm gonna
can't
get
hit
these
that.
cuirassiers out, and I'm gonna say the cuirassier commander just has a look, and he's just gonna. All right, we're just gonna have to go back into Metz.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and resolve this combat here. Well, these guys are he's gonna fight.
These guys are. Yeah, these guys are. Wait, how did this guy end up back at 20 again?
Oh, they're he rotated them. He
With
put
who?
it.
There was nobody behind.
No,
he
he had
moved
he had
these
two
guys?
blocks here in reserve. He had two that were in column in reserve. He moved them on,
All right.
which is reasonable, but that was all he had. That's why he couldn't replace this one or anything else. So, anyway, but this one's not involved in anything. 12 is not involved. 11 will be involved in defending against the Hussars. All right, so let's see here. 20 to 25. Oh, God. 14 times 3 plus 50. So, calculator. 14 times 3 plus 50 equals 92. I don't even know if I have to do this calculation. 20, 40, 32. 40, 50, 72. Is that right? 72? Did I do my math correctly? I think I did. Oh, no, that's artillery. Minus 16. Yikes. The artillery is just a modifier. 56 to 92. So he's hitting them almost 2 to 1.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's roll the dice. Where are my dice? I moved them. You asked me to move them. I don't know if I moved the right dice,
did.
but I moved them.
It doesn't matter.
All right, let's roll it. Oh, wow, it's even. Okay. So let's deduct the 2 just for showing up and playing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. All right, so these cuirassiers are definitely going to smash and trade. These guys are out. Both of these are destroyed. I think that's a pretty reasonable exchange. Here, then, the subsequent unit of cuirassiers is going to start flowing through. These guys will become engaged on the next turn, but this line's not going to hold. Well, against Hussars, I don't know. What do you think? The thing is it was even money. So would the cavalry fall back in the face of even results? Actually, no, it's not even results. It's +1 for red because they have a battery. So we're going to go ahead and have the Hussars fall back. And they are in fallback number territory. But the cuirassiers are going to stay engaged and continue to develop the penetration here. Oh, wow. I'm always... There we go.
What's the state of this battery now?
Yeah, I deducted from him. Oh, the Hussars do make contact. He's destroyed. Yeah, if cavalry touches a battery, the battery goes away. but at least he did give the modifiers. So this means that yeah, well, if you guys want if you want these guys to fight, it would just be that one versus this one. I'm just going to deduct 1 each, not 2 each. And then we'll roll it. And blue, so red loses another 2. All right, that's done. All right, all done. So red is getting crumpled.
They are.
Yeah, red is not in
As
good
they
shape.
should be.
Yeah, well, yeah.
As they should be.
Yeah. Okay. The Hussars did fall back, but those cuirassiers are coming through. All right. Let's erase everything. Are we good?
I think so, but
Yeah, I put some hits on Jan for the long-range artillery. I should put something
Yeah.
on here.
in column,
I need to move these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Well,
you
they're
know, and
getting,
you're already saying that there's a division that's already spent over on the right. I mean, it
yeah,
seems like Reds have lost already. No.
yeah. We'll give them one more turn.
All right.
We'll give them one more.
They're not
turn.
going to get to the. They're not going to get to their objective.
No, they're not. Why? Do you want to call it already? Or do we give them one more turn for entertainment purposes?
Yeah, one more turn won't hurt.
Yeah,
up
let's
to you.
give them one more turn for entertainment purposes. All right. So let's go here for Jan. Go here for Megs. Zephyr, what's wrong with you? I don't know what's going on. Dog's going crazy.
Mine.
Okay.
And I formed the icon
All right,
on
guys.
the lower right hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jan, you are making your way north in your columns. You are starting to suffer a little more under the artillery fire. Not a whole lot more, but a little more. And but the artillery is finding its mark. They're starting to find their mark. Your artillery, likewise, are beginning to lay into one of the blue battalions that's on the southern flank of there, on that hill, and you're starting to put some hits on that on them as well. Megs, you got problems, man. Enemy made a big attack with its cuirassiers. Fortunately, you had your flank anchored on the wall of the farmstead of Prael, but the cuirassiers are big bad dudes. At least one squadron worth of cuirassier has been destroyed in the attack, but likewise, you have also lost a battalion in the fighting, with men streaming back to the rear. Your artillery was able to put some hits on the hussars and other stuff, and it proved decisive, but it was ultimately destroyed by the enemy cavalry. The cavalry that did the harm to you, however, the hussars have themselves fallen back in turn. So basically, you've managed to hold your line. The cuirassiers are pushing in, however, so that is an ongoing attack, and the enemy infantry is still firing in on you as well. So your situation is becoming quite perilous, but it is not necessarily lost. Okay, Jan, orders.
I want the reserves to come up behind the assault columns, especially the cuirassiers. They should be at the ready should the enemy infantry come down that slope to hit them hard in the flank.
Okay.
And the infantry just stay at the ready and see what's going on.
You don't want? Do you want the infantry to continue advancing?
Well, I still have 4 battalions in reserve, don't I?
Well, I put everything into columns, but yes, you can have a reserve if you wish. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to keep 4 of them back as a reserve.
Okay.
So, I mean, if they just stop there, that should be all right, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and the
doable.
other ones continue and push the attack, although I believe it to be a mistake, but it's an experiment
Actually,
for science.
I don't think it's a mistake. In fact, it's one of the better moves of the entire freaking game. But I see everything and you don't, so
Yep.
Migs, what do you want to do?
Okay.
Not like you can do much.
Right. Where's Custer when you need him?
Right?
Yeah, well, you have your curiosities, don't you?
Yeah, the
Right.
problem is the space is confined and crowded. There's a lot of stuff in the way.
Right.
Sure.
I know what order I would give, and it could be it would be a big hit, I think, but I don't know.
Don't listen to him. His orders usually end in disaster.
Yeah,
I don't want to get involved. Let me just command my own troops, I guess.
yeah.
I'd ask you, but now I don't know what to say now.
I can't tell you
So
now.
there's
Yeah.
there's 5 hussars from them on my right hand side, right above the tray.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of squadrons. You probably wouldn't have an exact count, but yeah, there's a lot.
But they're meeting force. They're attacking and do me harm.
Yes.
Okay then. Uh,
There were 6 squadrons. Now there's 5 attacking you.
okay, so it looks like I have some other cavalry, and I can't remember the Crusiers. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. Cuisinarts.
Actually, and that's
Yeah.
what they have. They have the Crusiers, correct?
Yes.
So I guess I think I want to move my immediate closest 3 Crusiers up on the right hand side of the player wall and attack those 2 immediately north of the creek and try to make inroads there.
Okay.
That's my plan for those. I'm going to take my remaining brigades here on the far left that's forming a wall facing due west, and I want to move those up on the south side of the creek, deliberatively facing the enemy north.
Okay, so you want to put 5, 6, and 7 online.
Right.
All right, perfect. All right.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. I will tell you that your order with the cuirassiers is what I would do.
Really?
Yeah,
Thank
that's what I. Well, don't thank me yet. Usually, what I would do is the worst thing possible, but that is what I would do. You know, punch the enemy, counter punching.
Yeah, sounds
Right,
good.
well, and I'm thinking too, it's like if I can make inroads there,
Yeah.
then
yeah,
again,
no,
maybe
if,
I
yeah,
can
if
proceed
you,
with again a crossfire type thing. Right now it's line to line, but if I can, okay, that's the end of my speech.
Okay, fair enough. Good luck. All right. So yeah, so he's counterpunching with his cuirassiers on the right, which
Who is?
Miggs is.
Unfortunately, those are not his cuirassier.
They're
Those
not.
are Great Gold's cuirassier.
No. Right here, these are his. Where's Great
Are
Gold?
they?
Yeah, Great Gold is here. See here,
Okay.
here's Great
Never
Gold
mind.
still has his cuirassier in the center.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He gave the same order, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
They're all going the same way.
Yeah. So they're going to come around, but I think the infantry fight is what proves decisive. So,
Well, I think this
yeah, that does
And-
that destroys
this.
the right wing.
Yep.
More or less. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's gone. The artillery that was there is gone. I think the state of these guys. Oh no, these guys are fresh.
Yeah, they're
Maybe.
fresh. The problem is the artillery's in the rear.
this
It's
one.
not the artillery isn't positioned in a way that makes them effective.
Well,
And
so
part of
he-
that
he lim-
is
He limbered them and pulled them back.
no, that unit got destroyed.
Oh, did it? Because I don't remember you taking it out.
Yeah, I did. It's on the right side of the screen, on the right edge of the map.
All right, never mind.
Generally speaking, my
Well, these guys are
opinion
coming in.
is if cavalry attacking in good order ever makes contact with artillery, the artillery's going away.
Yes,
You know,
most of the time, unless they take canister in the face.
right. And under So Cal Advanced, we don't dicker around with that. It's just a +1 DRM. They're really there for support.
Mhm.
Artillery is always. I mean, that's the role of artillery, is to support infantry. And
This is very clearly a blue win here.
yes, it is.
Yeah,
All right,
these
so
are all
Dave's here.
fresh infantry. These guys are not, so they're going to
let's
go back.
let's
These guys are
pull
going to
everyone
disintegrate.
up to the Empire channel, and we'll go ahead and call it.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right, and do we have do we have everyone here?
I mean, I believe so.
Perfect. Okay. All right. We're going to call this. You can join the master table. I will also
about Blue
stream
10?
it.
Us, Luton.
So if you want to join the master table to view it, the master table is Kriegspiel, and the password is IKS, all capital letters. But I am also live streaming it on Discord, so you can view the live stream. Questions? I don't know if there is a question to ask here.
You can, yeah. Ask Red what was their objective and do they think they achieved it?
Yeah, well, no, they know their objective, and no, they didn't achieve it.
Well, you could ask them.
Well,
You could ask them just to compound the point. What was your objective and did you achieve it?
yeah. Well, okay, fair enough. Jan, I'll ask you, what was your objective and did you achieve it? Just for the sake of argument.
To take the parade ground south of Metz, which we didn't reach.
I think if
also didn't-
if anybody was going to get through, it might have been you at this point.
Yeah, but then I mean I'm cut off from my allies, and I can't get out of there, so I don't think that's really would have gained me anything.
Yeah, I don't think they could have stopped you, although that artillery on the hill was going to hurt you. I think you would have still pushed all the way through to the parade ground. You're the only guy who probably had a chance of doing that. Blue, what was your objective and did you achieve it? Let's see, who was in charge of Blue?
No one was really in charge.
They kept giving each other their troops, so no one was really in
Oh
charge.
Lord, oh Lord. All right.
Well,
It worked though. All right, it worked.
Yeah, I'll give a brief overview, then I'll let Achilles and Dave speak, and then I will let each player go ahead and provide their commentary. This was, again, it was a test scenario. It was pretty hastily thrown together. Red was kind of hosed insofar as they had equal numbers as Blue, which is the attacker. You don't want that. But those numbers never really came into play. I wonder if I had too many blocks on the board, which would be a good critique of the scenario. I was trying to get turns down to at least 10 minutes. We had some 12 and 13-minute turns, but nothing that was at 10 minutes. 15 minutes was pretty routine, which is standard, but that's not good enough. But I think, again, the problem is I had too many pieces on the board.
What I was noticing also was too many players to umpires. With this system, to increase speed, you want more of almost a 1-to-1 ratio of umpire player.
Yeah,
which is very unrealistic, but it would definitely cut down your speed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here, Dave. What do you have with regards to the individual players or the scenario you're experiencing? I mean, any commentary, Dave? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, there's pretty much the same scenario as your first iteration, if I remember correctly. I thought Blue, although there was clear that no one was really taking, it was almost like a decision by committee when you kept kind of meeting up with one another and chopping and changing and say, hey, you look after my troops while I go running off, and this, that, and the other, and we'll take turns in running off to go see Baron. But I mean, as you say, it worked. You know, yeah, I think we had a few newish players on blue, but I think overly it was a successful mission, so to speak. So yeah, no real critique from me, other than, you know, sorry if I was a little bit slow being the umpire for you guys. But yeah, that's about it.
It's all right. It was all.
All right, yeah. What happened to the cavalry charge? Can I just ask? Because that was complete. I thought that entire cav will die.
We'll
Um,
go ahead, Dave.
Okay.
Oh no, I mean, I think the dice seem to be of luck to you. I thought it was going to be a complete and utter carnage, but you managed to extract yourself from that particular charge rather well. And yeah, I think it was just down to the dice decision really, but maybe Marshall can expand on it.
Okay, Achilles, go ahead, and I can in a minute. Yeah, go ahead, Achilles.
Okay. Well, I'm not as tactful or diplomatic as Dave and Marshall, but first of all, I'm going to start out by saying one of the problems with the delay was at least one of the umpires really sucked at his job, and he started, his name starts with an A. Okay, so that was one of the problems. As I said, I do not pull punches. It was interesting to me that whoever had the red force on the east side of the board, the right over here, if he had just continued towards the objective, he'd have been there like 2 hours ago, because there was nothing in front of him except for 2 hussar battalions.
Yeah,
There was absolutely nothing in front of him.
but he had no way of knowing that.
But he had no way of knowing that, except, you know, by scouting, which is what you're supposed to do. But
Which is
anyway,
what he did do, but he changed direction, and I don't know why he changed direction. But
well, as we said before, when you have even forces for the attacker, the only way the way you overcome that is economy of force. You're going to have to concentrate 2 against 1 somewhere on the line, and so that would inform that decision. His move shift to the center was essentially a way of concentrating 2 against 1. But in this case, the blue was pretty concentrated in that area already, and so they had a uphill fight up there, and he ended up fighting them essentially by themselves. By the time Great Gold's guys get around back from up here and around, he's kind of already lost, because he's taking on much larger force, especially once this cuirassier charge came in, because it just crumpled this part of the line, kind of smashed it. He was fortunate in the sense that he did a really smart move here, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, but this walled compound here is what anchored his right over here for the most part, and didn't allow the cuirassier to get around and just really flank him. So they had to concentrate on just one part of it, but otherwise he would have got run over on the right really fast. Other than that, I think that yeah, scouting is my mantra. I mean, you got to do it. You know, you got to find the enemy, and there has to be some kind of coordinated effort. I think that also concentrating 2 against 1 in the center, probably that leaves whoever is left open to join in that fight. So you're usually better off to do it if you're going to do that, try to do it on the edges, on the flanks. But different situations call for different things. So
yeah,
there you go, guys. That's me.
all right, let's go top down, I guess. Let's go to Jester. What do you have to say? Any comments, questions, or anything?
The travel speed was, I felt like, was kind of inconsistent. We have like a ruler on the map provided to us that should say how far the distance is traveled. The cavalry was completely inconsistent with that ruler, so to say. The cavalry zoomed all the way from, like, I don't know. I'd need like a different ruler perhaps. Other than that, yeah, everything else sort of worked out.
You should not have any ruler at all.
Well,
The movement varies. Terrain impacts it. There is a grid, but again, with Kriegspiel, everything is approximate. Nothing is exact. We don't measure with the ruler. There
Wow.
are standard movement rates, but again, those rates vary based on the ground.
And they can vary pretty wildly. Also, it depends on what stage of the game you were talking about, because at the beginning, the early part, you're being moved to contact.
Yeah.
So there's no standard for that. You're moving. You said you want to go to, let's say, Agni. You're going to get moved as far along that path as possible until you would actually see an enemy. So in that first turn, for example, you might move half the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there ever like a sort of a clear, because what's his name? Dave was good in telling us that the cav moves 12 blocks of whatever available. Is there usually like some sort of ruler that is available? Because I feel like that would aid a lot in my understanding of where and how to move troops around. Because I was always unsure about, will they end up there, and how long will it take them to end up there, based on the
That's
map.
kind of that flows with the uncertainty of the fog of war as well, because you might have a standard, as Marshall said, like whatever it is, X number of blocks, but because of all the conditions that go into that, it's always going to be, almost never going to actually be 12. It's going to be less than that to some degree, depending on circumstances, situation, but and terrain and everything else. Or if they happen to see somebody as they're moving along that path, if they see somebody out there in any direction, they're not going to just keep right on going down that path. They're going to react.
What you want there, Jester, is called experience.
Yeah.
To sort of judge what everyone's doing. That's basically what you're asking for.
Yeah, you're in command. You're not in control. And the fog of war. I mean, that's the whole idea of Kriegspiel, is to put you in a more realistic element. The rules are deliberately kept secret from players. We don't want players to know what the rules are, because we don't want them to exploit knowledge of the rules to make better informed decisions. We want you to grapple really with that uncertainty and that lack of control and still thrive in those conditions. That's the test that Kriegspiel puts to each player. It's just how it is. It's the game, nature of the beast.
Interesting.
Yeah. Jan, you're next. Go ahead.
Yeah, so first of all, it was me talking Mix into turning to the right there, because the terrain between the central hilly area there and the road he was on is a plain beside that one walled farmhouse there. So there's much better ground to deploy into an attack formation, and we were in the attacking position here, and we didn't found it feasible or reasonable to go down a slope than to potentially attack up a slope again, just because there's a road and we are following it. So
I knew it had to be Jan. I knew it.
Yeah, right. The reason why the situation emerged as it did is due to the 15-minute turns, right, and due to the lack of scouting reports, which tend to be sort of a nature of these 15-minute turns, which we have discussed in the past several times. It leads to situations where, because 15 minutes is a long time period, troops can move a lot of space ahead, and then out of a sudden they are in contact with the enemy, which apparently nobody knew was there, even though they are sitting on the hill. So that's a bit of an issue. But anyways, otherwise, I think we did all right. I'm still not convinced it was the right decision for me to call the attack there on the left flank. Should probably just have held my corny hill there in a defensive position and potentially shift forces over to the east. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think there's anything we could have particularly done differently or better.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the shorter turn intervals for that very same reason, Jan. But back in the early days of the IKS, I was a distinct minority. So the 15-minute has kind of become standard for us. But yeah, I agree with you that you need shorter turn intervals.
Well, as the people that I did today can attest to, I give extremely generous screenshots, but I also never remember to put the timestamp on it, so nobody knows what time it was. So,
Yeah.
Greatly hindered dispatch writing.
Okay. Let's see who's next. Colin.
Yeah. Well, our command structure is one thing that is mysterious. So it kind of went as it went. Yeah, so we had 3 division commanders and no separate like CIC.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we didn't really decide who would be the CIC. Like we did at first, but it kind of I don't know, it didn't happen, strangely. So we just came up with the plan and then went with it, and it kind of worked until we met the enemy, as it usually does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I came up with like 2/3 of it. People just agreed to it, I think, and it was because I think it was really good. It kind of was centered around the hills at Saint Blaise, I think, is Blaise.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a strong position.
Yeah, so we assumed, kind of not with no real indication like for it, but we assumed that enemy wouldn't be able to ignore us on those hills, because even though they can move to the Mets pretty freely, Mets is kind of fortress. And that's for one. That's for two. I watched one Moltke tactical problem, and they always say something like cut the communication line. So we assumed that they wouldn't be able to ignore us, and we saw that the hill is a strong position. On the west and south, mostly, it's surrounded with vineyards, which what we were told by Dave. And I watched after action reports for previous games. It was there kind of the same, that you cannot attack through a vineyard in order. And so we thought, damn, it's an impenetrable wall. Kind of. No, not really, but you get it. Very, very useful. So originally we wanted to set up on Saint Blaise directly on it. But then we got there and the enemy didn't got south of it yet. So we moved it a little bit south for a more favorable position. And set up around the hill that is south of Saint Blaise. And I think it kind of worked because the enemy came up at Faye and they saw our positions, even though they weren't really manned properly because we only came there recently. And they apparently thought, damn, and they didn't attack it, which is reasonable. that was about at the same time as the third division was, and our cavalry was engaged at Castle Greville, and I'm not sure what happened to the cavalry at all. Like, I think was, oh damn, Red Baron left because he was in command of our cavalry because he was like closest to them. Because yeah, cavalry cannot really operate on those hills fully, not really.
Yeah.
So it kind of just ended up at Freya, and he was commanding the third division, which was the closest, so he was commanding the cavalry. By extension, he had to. I'm not sure what happened to cavalry, and I was kind of concerned with our flank for some time, but apparently Red Baron did everything great, and we even won the game because of his actions, I think. Yeah, and the enemy at Faye then eventually left Faye to the east and apparently north. And my second division tried to match them, as you can see. And the enemy also tried to bypass it by the west, and that's exactly what we wanted. And not really, but kind of. You talked about how many units there is on the. Sorry, how many units there is on the map. I think there is an acceptable amount of units on the map. A lot more than usual, but that just is a little bit of a different game. It's less of a. Oh, here he is. I was just talking how good of a job you did there, Barna.
Oh, sorry.
Well, thank you.
My
Yeah.
internet automatically resets at 3 o'clock in the morning, so.
Okay, let's go on
Not usually a
to.
problem.
Let's go ahead and expedite this. Red Baron, if it's 3 o'clock where you're at, why don't you go ahead? We'll put you ahead of Megs, who's the poor new guy. But go ahead.
Oh, no, that's cool. I'm not going to bed tonight, so.
Okay,
cool.
good. All right, Megs, go ahead. Your commentary and feedback.
It was a fun game. I'm really desperately seeking to mobilize, use the software itself, and gaining direction and footing. And I want to thank everyone for their assistance because they tried to point me in the right direction and get me into the play, which I did do, and I had fun with it. I'm just gonna leave it there. Oh wait, what is Windows Shift S mean again?
It's a screenshot.
Okay,
Allows you to take a screenshot.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I got. I had a fun time. Thank you so very, very much.
You did well. You did very well for your first time out. Red Baron, what do you got?
I don't really know what's been said before, sorry. So, pretty much I just sat on the hill for most of the game.
Okay.
Performed some cavalry scanning around. But that's about it, really.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I just charged his flank and pushed my infantry forward.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the last turn, I wouldn't have done that. My cav probably would have fallen back at that point, and my infantry stayed up on the hill. I probably would have called the line of infantry that's pretty much posed to flank them to move in on my side. Be a slaughter box, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then that's all we have for today. There is some stuff under the hood that I could go into. I'll save that for later. I want to debrief with Dave and Achilles on the system real quick. Otherwise, I do want to end the live stream, so I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. And then I will hang out for a few more minutes for any questions or comments. All right. So all of you watching on the live stream, thank you for being with us today. I may do a podcast on this tomorrow at about 9 a.m. Pacific time. I have to think on that and see what's going on, but I may do that. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Oh.